Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today we're going to be doing the Vault event some more. It's the Vault event weekend. We'll also talk about spoilers a little bit. I do have a video out there. I kind of already went over it, but we can mention it quickly. Doing Epic and Under Spire again. So Under Spire with Epic and Under troops only. Trying it for the third week in a row. See if I can fully complete it with just Epic and Under troops. Eventually I'll try to do something even more impressive, I guess, but for now I'm just practicing that, doing it with Epic and Under, so, you know, like the team I show you as my low-level team, pretty much. But, setting up the stream here. Doot. Oh, yeah, first button I push. Yeah, boy. Laptop goes all the way black, first button I push. That's cool. I still gotta figure that out, too. I got this mic in the right spot. Sounds alright. Or, looks alright. Alright, putting in chapters. I don't know why, because we're really not doing too much in specific. Kind of just playing the game, you know? Let's jump over to the chat here. Let's, do I have a thumbnail? I really don't. What should I put up for the thumbnail? Let's see if I have anything. Do I have anything for a thumbnail? I see Mark and Frank. How's it going? How many vault keys do you got? I'm a little bit low, but that's usually how it goes for me. Fridays are, you know, the best time to really be getting them because you get more pity keys, you know, diminishing returns and everything. Like the first pity keys you get are easier to get because you only need 5 gnomes, then 10, then 15, then 20. So, you know, those first 2, 3, 4 gaps you run, you're going to get a ton of pity keys in your mail. I've been getting like a decent amount. I just haven't run very many gaps. I think I've run like 3 gaps or something. I didn't get to play very much yesterday outside of I did, you know, I did a little bit, but I was doing Under Spire and I don't know. Like I didn't go super hard, but I usually pick it up on Saturday and Sunday. No, not the spoiler thumbnail, you idiot. Dang it. Picked the wrong thing. Change. Let's see. Troop. Should we put Paul Bunyan on there or Hardworking Santa Claus? I'll put Hardworking Santa Claus on there. Okay, got Hardworking Santa Claus up there. Not yet though, so don't share it out yet. Gems of War live streams done. Should probably run an auto battle while I do all this crap. What do we got? Let's go do the epic trial or something. Where are we at this week? Adana, which I can never find. I think it's in the middle somewhere. Yep, there it is. Alright, let's see if it can, the AI can beat 275 by itself while I set the stream up. Alright, I know I'm not AI. Okay. Alright, let's see if they can win. 275. Gems of War. Roxy's here. You slept for 9 hours last night and I'm still tired. Man, I have trouble sleeping. I don't know what's up. It's like my body wakes me up over and over and over all night. I don't have trouble like going to sleep per se, but I have trouble staying asleep. Which is almost worse. I guess it's not worse, but it's just, you know, it's not much better than not being able to fall asleep at all. I've had the other problem before. I really, you know, I don't know. I've had the problem where you can't fall asleep, like, but usually it's for a reason, like too much caffeine or ate right before bed or, you know, something crazy's happening the next day and I'm thinking about it, you know, anxiety or something. Normally I can sleep, you know, fall asleep and it's not too hard. But there's been times where you're pacing around like, can't fall asleep. Kicking your feet in the bed. Okay, I think I got the stream set up. Alright, we got the title, we got the description, we got the first chapter, we got the thumbnail, we got the playlist, we got the AI, no we're not AI, we got the tags, we got the language, we got the game title. Monetization, we need to turn that all the way down. I think I did. Okay, good. I turned it all the way down. And over to the chat. Let's hit like on our own stream. Hit that like. Turn in your ticket to the train. Don't jump the turnstile. Don't be a train surfer. Still, you know, putting out those pre-records before the streams. I think it's cool. I don't even really care how many views they get, for real. I used to care so much about views, and I still do, but I'm not, like, living and dying on it right now. It's just a little bit of extra. It's nice. A little bit of extra. I mean, it would be nice if we could get back to where we were, but, I'm not stressing, like, don't stress for me or anything. Like, I'm not stressing about it too bad. Now, sometimes I'll look at one of them and be like, wow, really? You know, but I'm not really caring too much. It's kind of doubling us up for real. Not just in the view department, not any other. You know, subs are going up a little bit too, but, you know. Mark with the 2, thank you so much. Running out there, butt crack is showing. We haven't met one of these goals yet, like officially. We haven't officially done it yet. We've done it for, like, we've done it in my opinion. We've done it. But we haven't done it. I'm about to just let's make another easy one. Like, one of these days, I wish it would let me do memberships for real. It's so stupid. Like, why can't you do gifted memberships? I'll say 1 super chat of teal and higher. That way we can do it. Maybe. Probably not, but, you know. If anybody wants to try. Would be first official goal met. Start goal. Alright, so, you know, I'm just trying to see if we can finally... We've never done it before. So, honestly, I don't even know what it does if we meet it. So, all we have to do is get 1 super chat for $5 or more. Which usually we... What's it doing? No, I don't want to do that. Usually we get gifted memberships, which is way cooler, I think, but for some reason it doesn't count those. Just dumb. We need to tell YouTube to start counting those. Looks like we won. Epic Trials, baby. I won. I did it. I'm really good at the game. You see that? I'm really good at the game. I won. I beat Epic Trials. I saw somebody complaining about pets again on the forum. And I want to reiterate that every kingdom, you really only need 3 pets, right? I'm pretty sure you only need like 3 fully ascended pets, or to own... It's never more than 3 or 4, for real. And it's like starts with 3. I think the first thing it asks you is like to get 3 pets from the kingdom, or to fully ascend 3 pets from the kingdom. They give that to you. You don't have to do pet rescues outside of like the kingdom pet rescue of the week. You don't have to like do random pet rescues. That has nothing to do with kingdoms. Like, people make that's their excuse for doing pet rescues during the Vault event. But that has nothing to do with kingdom level and power, for real. Because you can get the faction pet, the epic trial pet, and then there's a pet during the week of, like, Adana, there's a pet you can get. So, and normally you'll have at least 1 pet from the kingdom, and then you can go get the epic trial pet and the faction pet. And there you go, there's 3 pets for you. And in the epic trial pet and the faction pet, you can get fully ascended without, you don't have to, like, randomly pop them. Like, they're there until, if you can finish it in 1 day. Like, maybe not 1 day, but you can make progress towards it every day. You're not waiting for random stuff to pop up and hoping and praying for it randomly to pop. It's there. If you do it, you'll get it. You know? And then you just have to wait for the Kingdom Week if you don't have the 3rd one, and then there would be one on Wednesday. Like, it's the type of stuff that it's there, you know it's there, you're not... Like, I hate the random scratcherness of the way people play this game sometimes. Alright, let's see. I'm just going to put start, because I don't even know what I'm doing. But if people want to skip the beginning of the stream, I'll just put it at the 10-minute mark. Just so you know how it goes. People have excuses for everything they're doing. Like, they know it's not the right thing to do deep down. So then they make excuses as to why they're doing it. So people going for pets during the Vault event, they'll make excuses about Kingdom Power or something. But meanwhile, they're not doing their epic trials to completion. Meanwhile, their faction is on, like, 100 or something, when they could just go get 2 pets like that at any time. You know, during the week of the Yeah, it has to be the... Oh, anyway. It cycles through all the kingdoms. Like, you're going to be there eventually. We can't rush through this game, right? So that's one thing leads to the other. Talking about pets and trying to get pets because of Kingdom Power leads to talking about you can't rush through this game. You're not going to beat this game in a day or a week or a month or anything like that. You're not going to see credits rolling. You're not going to get all of achievements in a day or a week or a month. This is the type of game you got to play every day for a couple hours for like a year or two. It's not the type of game you're just going to beat in a day or two or a week. If that's what you're looking for, this is not the game for you, for real. Alright, so what are we doing here? Let's see what's going on. I gotta defeat 2 mini-bosses and explore. We'll do that during the vault event, for real. My dailies, I'm kind of skipping these. I know I tell y'all not to, but it's just trait stones that I don't need. I did the key one. I think it's a waste of time right now during the vault event, for me anyway. The dungeon, I already failed it. So, skipping that. PvP, already did my Citadel Wars battles, because I think that's something you could do. You know, your dungeon, your Citadel War fights, your Under Spire, those are things that are worth doing during a vault event. But other than that, really nothing else. Except for maybe your guild event, but hopefully it's already done. But I did Central Spire, I went 6-0. With my good old team here. I want to make another video on this team, because I really think it's underrated and underappreciated. But if you want to try it for yourself, there's the team code. But Mark says, good morning. Frank, hello. Roxy, hi. Mark says, morning, Roxy, or evening where you're at. It's 2:15 p.m. where Roxy's at. Chad's here. Mark says, Cinny, did you do any gaps last night? I did 12 yesterday. Holy cow, bro. How many keys do you have then? You got to have like 240 keys or something. That's awesome. Nah, like during the... You saw me do one on stream, and then I did like 2 more at night. I had to hunt verses, though, because I only had like 1 gap, so... I had to like hunt an extra verse. You know, normally I'll do a gap, and then verse hunt, and then a gap, and then verse hunt, and then a gap, and then verse hunt. Well, last night I did like a gap, and then verse hunt, and then verse hunt, then a gap. And that's all I got to do, because that took like an hour, and I was like tired. Efley's here! Goody's here. Chugga wugga choo choo train. Roxy said it seems to take ages to do the adventure board battles now. Yeah, it does have a little pause in between. I noticed that. I don't like that. They're making it take longer. It's poopy. I agree. Alright, so mostly today what we're going to be doing is the vault event and Underspire. So I think I'll start with Underspire. Let's get that out of the way. Like I said yesterday, I think it's worth it to do. Depends where you're at in the game, like always, though. If you're a beginner and you're not even, like, working on it yet, then do the vault event and don't stop. You know, on my new account, I always refer to my new account because that's the most recent time that I was a beginner and started over, and I can actually tell you what I did when I was your level, and it was only, like, less than a year ago. Like, most people, they're recalling back to 5 years when the game was completely different when they're trying to give you beginner advice. But I can give you really good beginner advice because I just did it. But as far as Underspire went, I wasn't really even doing it until, you know, I had all my kingdom quests done and all my class quests done and all my world quests done. You know, I was in a guild and I was doing the guild events and everything. Like, there's a progression of, like, things you add to your dailies. And, Underspire and PvP are kind of were on the end for me, but there wasn't Immortals. Like, if you want to know exactly when I was doing it, it was like right before Immortals came in is when I wrapped it up. So, like, if I was going to do it again, which I try to do one every year or two, like a new account playthrough, I've done like 4 of them. And, if I was good to do one now, I might prioritize PvP a little bit more to go get at least a couple of Immortals early in the game, even though they're not awesome or anything, but like for a beginner they would be decent. But yeah, that's how it went for me on my new account. Like, I wasn't really touching Underspire until the very end of my new account playthrough, just because you have so many other things to be doing. all the quests. Just you got to open all your kingdoms. You got to open all your classes. You got to open all the game modes, and that's what those are. You know, the kingdom quest, the class quest, the world quest. That's, you know, the world quest opens the game modes. The kingdom quest opens all your kingdoms, and the class quest open all your classes, right? You got to open the whole game before you're like doing everything. Worrying about Underspire or PvP or Epic Trials and stuff like that. You got to open the whole game first. So I only touched Underspire like very briefly at the very end, but you should go get your lantern. Like at the beginning, anybody can go get their lantern. If the Underspire is open, if you look here, like here's the beginning of the Underspire. You have to fight one fight, so you just have to make your team fight one fight, and then you can get your free lantern right here. And you don't have to use it, you just save it. Like lanterns carry over to the next week. That's how I have 7 of them. So as soon as you can, as soon as you can think about it, like do this one fight, grab your free lantern, and that'll help you in the future. You don't have to like continue through the whole thing as a beginner, but you know, eventually you will. Once all your kingdom quests are done, class quests are done, world quests are done, you're going good on the City of Thieves 3 times a day and getting legendaries and stuff like that. You're in a guild. You know, once you're cruising, that's when you'll start doing Underspire. You'll take the kingdom quest, the class quest, and the world quest will be taken off of your plate. Those are things that can get fully completed that you'll never have to do again, right? So those things get taken off of your plate, and now you can put Underspire on your plate. But you have to take the other things off your plate first. We're not going to put way too much crap on our plate. We need to, like, focus and worry about certain things first. Get them off our plate. And then, you know, you eat your broccoli so you can have some ice cream. But Underspire is important, though, because you get orbs. You get the glory orbs, and I just had to use a bunch of them. I was doing, you're going to need them, too. Like, the way I teach people to play this game is I'm thinking about everything. I'm not just thinking about one thing. I'm not just thinking about gold or immortals or PvP, or I'm not just thinking about one thing. I'm thinking about everything, and I'm thinking about, you know, the future. So you're going to want to do Underspire to get those orbs, because when you're going to level your kingdoms, you're going to want to level kingdoms, you know, specific kingdoms like your magic kingdoms and stuff like that. And then when you're going even further than that, like I'm leveling Forest of Thorns right now. Like the progression for me was, I think, Darkstone, then Zalkari, and then I did like, I think it was Sword's Edge, but after Darkstone and Zalkari, it'll be different for you because it depends what color books you have, how many you have, what color deeds you have. But you do one of each color first, but you should start with Darkstone first. Like I'm sure of that now. Like before I was like, is it Darkstone or is it Karakoth? I'm not sure. Well, it's Darkstone because Karakoth has a pay weapon. So I can't get Karakoth to 30 because of this. Look. You know, there's only one weapon there that I can if I do upgradable. There's only one. There's nothing, right? I need 2. I can't get past power level 27 in Karakoth. So I remember back in the day people were debating whether to do Karakoth or Darkstone first as your first Magic Kingdom. The definitive answer is Darkstone, because there's a pay weapon in there that you can't get from Karakoth, and you'll be short one weapon, and you'll be stuck on power level 27. So it's better to do Darkstone first so you can get to power level 30, like so. Boom, 30, right? So you do Darkstone first. There's no debate anymore. Because if you look at Karakoth, once again, like, you'll see if I do Unowned, there's just this one stupid pay weapon, and that's it. Staff of Madness. There's not like some other weapon I'm missing that I could have gotten, I just missed it. No, this is a pay weapon, and it's the only one I could have gotten. It's the only one I'm missing, so I'm blocked. Like, I'm super blocked, because I'm free to play. I don't spend money on the game, so there's no possible way for me to get that Staff of Madness until, like, Karakoth comes around, and maybe they throw it in the Soul Forge or something, but, you know. So Darkstone is always first, getting to 20. Then you do Zalkari second, because it's a Magic Kingdom, and it uses a different colored deed. So you do Zalkari, and it can also go to 30. And then after that, it's up to you what you do. It depends what color deeds you have. Which ones did you get lucky and get books for with gold marks? Which ones have you been getting lucky and getting, you know, certain colored deeds for wherever? For me, it was Sword's Edge, I think. which I haven't done 30 here yet. Because look at this. This is one of the things you're going to have to do. Elite level silver. Which may be a reason to do Explore. I haven't done Explore 12 yet because of this. Because you're only going to do one kingdom at a time, and you should have enough orbs. And you can orb pretty much enough mythics and maybe legendaries. And then you can use, like, guard medals and lower level medals to level some, like, commons. And, like, it hasn't really affected me much. Like, I'm not all of a sudden wanting to do Explore 12 just because of this. But this will be a thing. And getting orbs definitely helps you with this. So, doing the Underspire ahead of time, knowing that you're going to have to elite troops later, is smart. Like, if you're putting it off, you know, you're just going to put yourself way behind. You're going to have way less orbs, and then when this pops up and you haven't been doing Underspire, and then you start doing it, you're just putting yourself way behind. Every day, every week you're not doing Underspire, this is going to catch up to you later, for sure. Because it gets worse. It says gold next, and it's like 15 troops. Gold, you know? And you got to do that in every single kingdom. So start thinking about that, you know? And Underspire is great to do, and like Explore 12 isn't. So doing Underspire is smarter than doing Explore 12. Because you have guaranteed rewards in Underspire. In Explore 12 you don't. You could get guard medals every time. You could get whatever. So I did Sword's Edge next, and then I don't remember the order, but I think it was Pride Lands or something. I did that a long time ago. It's right here. It's not 2030 because I'm working on Indrajit's Palace. I could get that done today, probably. If it wasn't the Vault event, this would be done. Because it's really close. I'm on 500 right now. I just gotta do it. But we got Vault event, so I'm not doing it. I'll do it like next week. I'll have this one done. I'll probably have Pride Lands on 30 next week. And that's another stat. 30's a stat, right? Then I did Whitehelm. I think I did Whitehelm last. It was probably something else, but Whitehelm's another one I have 20 30'd. So make sure you're doing 20s in kingdoms where they can be 30'd as well, because part of the process of getting them to 30 is getting them to 20. You know what I mean? So you have to, like, getting it to power 30, it's going to ask you to get it to level 20. So make sure the ones you're getting to level 20 can be 30'd. That way, you know, you get more stats that way. Instead of doing a kingdom to 20 that can't be 30'd, and now you can't get the other stat, you might as well do them both. Like, pick a kingdom that can be 30'd. Smarter. So then I'm working on Forest of Thorns. I did Drifting Sands too, by the way, but man, there's so many elite. You gotta elite so many troops. I'm like, ugh. So Underspire is the way to go there. You could do Explore 12 too, I guess, but I feel like if you just start Underspire sooner, you'll. It's like not wrong to do Underspire. Like if anything, it'll make you do less Explore 12. You know, like if you have to end up doing it, like at the end of the game, when you're super duper deep like me. And then now I'm doing Forest of Thorns, because the way it happened was I did a purple kingdom, then I did a green kingdom, and then I did the other 4, and then I did a purple kingdom, and now I'm doing a green kingdom, because that was the longest, it's been the longest since I did a green kingdom. So obviously I've been stacking green books, green deeds, haven't been using them, because you don't spread them all out amongst all the kingdoms, you save them up so you can get them to 20, so you can get stats, you can get them to 30, get stats. So I have Forest of Thorns on 19, I'm working on it. I got it on 29 and 19. I'm super close. But I got a Elite Gold, 5 more here. And I was just trying to figure out, like, you know, what am I going to do? So, oh, and also I can't, the reason I'm not doing that, see, this is the way I think. So I can't do this right now. I don't have enough books. I need 9 more books. Okay? So since I can't do this, I'm not going to go do this. Because there's no point. You know, maybe another kingdom, maybe I'll get a crazy amount of books for a different color, and then I could go do that one first. So I don't want to waste my elite golds on these troops right here when I can't even do this. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you can do both before you do either one. Like, this was already done. I didn't even need to touch it. But, like, I could do this one. I have enough resources to where I could make it happen if I wanted to. But I'm not going to, like, waste all these resources to make that happen when there's no possible way to do this one. So I'm going to wait until I can do this one, and then I'll do this one. Because in the meantime, in the however many months it takes to get those green deeds and books, maybe a different kingdom I could do, and then I would use the resources I would have used here on the other one, and yeah. So just play for the long haul. Don't play for the short term and the hurry up and beat it and the achievements and stuff. This game isn't built for that. It's built for the long haul and thinking ahead and being smart. Playing chess, not checkers, right? So that's what I was doing yesterday, just for a minute. I was like, because I wanted to know what color deed to buy when the merchant pops up, because I was verse hunting a little bit more than usual. So the merchant was popping up a little bit more than usual. So when a deed popped up, I was like, should I buy that? It's blue. Should I buy it? I can't remember which one I should go. And then I was like working on checking which one I should go for. I decided green because I had the most books and deeds, and there's a Forest of Thorns that has an attack stat and 30, so I know now that I'm going after green deeds. I already got the 2 purples, so purple I'm super low on. I got Darkstone and Karakoth, both to 20, so I'm not getting purples. I'm going to go all in on green so I can get a stat. So if I go all in on purple, then what am I going to do? I'm going to go do Silverglade or something? I'm super closer on green. Alright, what metals do I got set? I think we need maybe guard. I'll catch up in the chat. I'm sorry, I was blabbering. We just went through a door, so we're going to go highest level. And here's the low-level team. Bork, Engineers, Drill, Bombot, and Flame Cannon. So epic and under, right? This one's an epic. This one's a common. This one's an ultra rare. Nothing above epic. Goku. Jets is here? What up, Jets? Farink says, bro, we don't change accounts? What do you mean? Oh, you're right. Yeah, I feel you. Get doing Explore. Yeah. I mean, you could. Underspire is good to do no matter what, so you should be doing it no matter what. Explore is a waste of time sometimes. Underspire is never a waste of time. Explore, if you're doing like Explore 12, that's like a waste of time. If you're doing anything but Explore 1 during the Vault event, it's kind of a waste of time these days. Underspire is not a waste of time because you get guaranteed awesome rewards that you're definitely going to need. You may not think you need them now, but every single person, no matter who you are, if you're Tacit the Terror, if you're Tyrion Shark, if you're Ali Bandy, if you're Mark Nugent, if you're Supernova, who we haven't seen in a million years, you know, no matter who you are, you're always gonna need deeds and books. There's almost nothing else in the game you can say that about. So while you're chasing whatever you're chasing tokens or metals or gold, whatever you're chasing, there's almost nothing else in the game that you can say that about. You're always going to need deeds, you're always going to need books. Nobody has everything fully maxed. 0 people. There's people that are level 3,000, probably people that are level almost 4,000. There's people that have 1 billion gold. There's people that have 100,000 gems. There's people that have 60 billion souls. But nobody, literally nobody, has every kingdom maxed. So that means literally everybody needs deeds and books. So you should never pass them up. And part of getting, everybody's kingdoms, like kingdom level and power. Nobody has all their kingdom level and power like fully maxed. So you need orbs. I meant to say orbs, but you also need deeds too. So orbs, like gold eluding and silver eluding, that's another thing. I don't know why I talked about deeds, but it's the same thing. Like you're always going to need deeds, you're always going to need books, and you could always use glory orbs. You could always at least use them. You might not be using them wisely anymore. Like you might go ahead and gold elite all your mythics, but you could still, they're still able to be used to, progress a kingdom. If you really needed to, you could go to lead a legendary or go to lead a epic, which you shouldn't do until you have all the mythics done, but it's still possible. It's a thing. So, you know, Underspire, you should never not... There's no excuse to, like, not do Underspire for anybody in the game, except for if you're a super-duper diaper baby beginner. Like, my new account was a super-duper diaper baby beginner. If you're a super-duper diaper baby beginner, then you should not do Underspire. But every single other person should do it. It's kind of like brushing your teeth or taking a shower. You know what I mean? Tying your shoes, putting on pants. It's something you should do every day. If you really want to play this game for real. So, Underspire, it's just an event in the game that you should do. Like, they put it in there for a reason. They don't just say, you know, if you feel like it. Like, Treasure Hunt is like that. Treasure Hunt is like, you know, if you feel like picking your nose and farting and, you know, if you feel like just humping a wall and, you know what I mean? Like, if you just feel like flicking boogers on the wall, you can go play Treasure Hunt. But if you do Underspire, it's like putting on your pants or brushing your teeth or, you know, taking a shower. Like something you should do every day because you're supposed to. You're supposed to. I feel like these I try to do little metaphors to make it like, make sense. To make it make sense to you. Sometimes, you know, I'm not doing... Like, just start. All you have to do is just start. Just start. Just start doing it. If you're not doing it right now, nobody's calling you stupid. Nobody's calling you lazy. Nobody's calling you a diaper baby. You can just start doing it. Like, you can just start... Like, start it up Monday. You don't even have to start it up now. Just start up next week. Do an Underspire if you're not doing it. Start it up next week. Just, yeah, then you'll be good. Doesn't matter if you're not doing it right now. You know, you can always do it going forward, and then you're not doing anything wrong. Like, do better. Try better. Do better. Stop doing it. You know, if you're drinking every day and getting smashed every day, and then, you know what you can do? You can stop doing it, and then you're good. Maybe don't stop cold turkey, because that's probably bad for your health, but, you know, whatever else. Cigarettes or something, if you're smoking. It's kind of like not doing Underspire. Not doing Underspire would be like you're smoking cigarettes every day. So, you know, you can stop, though. You could stop smoking, and then you're good to go. Like, it's better. It's better. The sooner you stop smoking, the better, right? The sooner you start doing Underspire, the better. So if you're not doing Underspire right now, you're smoking a pack of smokes a day, and we're just waiting for you to stop for your health and to start doing Underspire. I bet you a lot of people out there are skipping it, but you're gonna have to go to elite. You're gonna like those pets. Whatever people chase freaking pets during a vault event, and then they don't do the Underspire. It baffles me. It confuses me. It's like, what? Why not? And then they don't do epic trials too. It's like, dude, you love pets so much. Why aren't you doing epic trials? Like, that's a super awesome looking pet from the kingdom that you can get. Every single kingdom has one, and the AI can beat it. Like, what are we doing here? Why are you chasing pets during a freaking vault event, wasting time, not getting as many vault keys for a random pet, one copy of a random pet you probably don't even need, or you're getting 1 out of 31. Good job, buddy. You know what I mean? Like, that's baby steps. Good job. Maybe one day you'll get 31 copies that way, but probably not. Like, hopefully one day I'll see this random pet that we have 3 million pets and they randomly get picked. Maybe one day I'll get 30, maybe it'll pop up 31 times over 300 years and I'll get it fully ascended that way. Because you know what's going to happen. You're going to sit there and you're going to get pets during a vault event. You're going to do pet rescues because you need a copy of whatever pet. Yasmin's Dingleberry, right? So Yasmin's Dingleberry pops up on your screen while you're doing the vault event. And you stop doing the vault event, you get out of the money machine, and you run out to pick up that penny, and you stop grabbing $100 bills. You run out to get the penny, Yasmin's Dingleberry. You do Yasmin's Dingleberry for 5 minutes. You get 1 copy of it, right? Maybe 2, maybe 3. You need 31 copies. 31. You go back in the money machine, you start catching $100 bills again. And then here comes whatever, Booger Brain 5000's pet. Oh, you stop doing the vault event, here's Booger Brain 5000's pet. You run over, you get out of the money machine, you stop catching $100 bills, you run out there to pick up your penny, your Booger Brain 5000 pet or whatever it is. That you have 2 copies of, and you're going to go get your 3rd copy of 31. Go do that for 5 minutes instead of doing Vault Event, instead of getting Vault Keys, instead of getting Dragonite, instead of getting Stellarix, instead of getting everything else in the game. You're going to stop and go get Booger Brain 5000's pet. And you do it, you get 1 copy, maybe 2, maybe 3 out of 31. So now you have like 3, 4 out of... I only need 27 more copies. Boy, I hope Booger Brain 5000's pet pops up again so I can get 6 out of 31 or 7 out of 31 or 8 out of 31 or 9 out of 31. You know what I mean? I hope out of all these pets we have, go look at the pets and see how many there are. That's like the chance you have of getting the pet you actually are looking for. It's like 1 out of 300 chance or something. And then you get 1 copy when you do it. And you're stopping like the best thing in the game to go get that 1 copy. But you know what's going to happen eventually? You're just going to orbit. You're just going to orbit because you're going to get smart one day. And you're going to start stacking minion orbs. And you're going to have so many you don't know what to do with them. That you're just going to start orbing all your pets. And all that time you wasted getting that 2nd copy, that 3rd copy, that 4th copy, that 5th copy, that 6th copy, that 7th copy out of 31 was a big time waste of time. And you're going to feel stupid. You're going to feel dumb. When you're just going to orbit anyway later. I'm just trying to save people from feeling stupid later. Like, oh yay, look guys, teeny weeny scrotum sack is there. Hey, type it in. Teeny weeny scrotum sack's there. Hey guys, teeny weeny scrotum sack is up. Teeny weeny scrotum sack. Let's go. Let's go get 1 copy of it. Let's get 1 out of 31, guys. Later on down the road, you need to, you need to get a pet fully ascended for a kingdom later down the road, and teeny weeny scrotum sack is there, and you're like, I should probably just orbit. I got 13 out of 31. I remember when I was doing those vault event. I remember when I stopped the best event in the game to go get a couple copies of teeny weeny scrotum sack, and you know, I didn't get as many vault keys, but man, I got 3 copies of teeny weeny scrotum sack, and I remember when I was doing that, but you know, I'm just gonna orbit anyway, I guess. I really need a pet right now from this kingdom fully ascended so I can get my kingdom level and power. So, you know, nobody's looking, nobody's gonna know. I'll just orbit. I'll just orb teeny weeny scrotum sack. So all those times where I stopped doing the vault event and I ran and I got 1 or 2 copies of teeny weeny scrotum sack is a big waste and down the toilet. And I remember when Sinnycool was telling me about how that was a waste of time and I shouldn't do that, but nobody's gonna know when I orbit and it's fully, you know, and I'm not even gonna say anything to him. I'm not even gonna say you were right, bro. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna keep typing to everybody in my guild about how pets are popping up, teeny weeny scrotum sacks up, guys. Let's all go waste our time and get a couple copies during the best event in the game. Let's stop doing the best event in the game. Let's get out of this money machine where there's $100 bills flying around. Go pick up 1 copy of a pet, because that's smart. And later on, you're just going to orbit, and it's going to be a big waste of time and flushing money down the toilet, and time down the toilet, and pets down the toilet, and vault keys down the toilet, and gems down the toilet, and tarot cards down the toilet. Man, I wish I had the wand. I wish I had Stellarix, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go get 1 or 2 copies of teeny weeny scrotum sack, and I'm going to tell everybody to go. I'm going to, like, make sure everybody else is doing it too, you know, so everybody's wasting their time and effort instead of just me. It's a big freaking... Nobody gets it or something. I don't understand, like, why people do it. I've never done it. Does anybody else have 7 kingdoms on 20? Does anybody else have 7 kingdoms on 20? Other than me? What do I never did pets during Vault event. 0 times in my life. I've never stopped. Not even one I need. I don't even look. I see a pet pops up on my screen during the Vault event. I say, mother effer, who did that? Who am I choking out? Who am I smacking? Who freaking popped a pet? Who's over there doing PvP right now like a ding-dong? Who's doing PvP and popping pets? Who's doing that? Why are they doing that? Stop it. You're popping pets up on my screen. I gotta push a whole nother button now. I'm doing Explore 1 like I'm supposed to be doing. You're over there in freaking PvP popping freaking pets. Popping it up on everybody's screen, wasting everybody's time. Stop it. Who's doing that? Who is it? I'm gonna come and get you. I'm gonna knock on your door. Quit it. I never even look at them. I don't even see it. I click so fast through it like I don't even care what it is. Doesn't matter. I can get epic trial pets. I can get faction pets. Those are way cooler anyway than these random weird dumb pets like a leaf. Look at this leaf I got. Look at the leaf on my shoulder. Look at me. I got a leaf. I got a leaf on my shoulder. Well, I got a epic trial pet that's freaking crazy blue, shiny, sparkling in the sun. You got a leaf on your shoulder. And you can go get that shiny, crazy, awesome, shining in the sun, sparkly pet too if you would just do your epic trials. Just let the AI do it for you. So you don't even have to do anything. Just go do it. Stop doing pets during a VOD event. I can't believe people still do that. Like this day and age. That'd be like Flintstone in your car around still. Or like wiping your butt with leaves. You're still wiping your butt with leaves if you're still doing pets during a VOD event. You might as well go outside and grab a leaf and wipe your butt with it instead of using toilet paper or a bidet or something. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. But it is what it is, man. As soon as they put orbs in the game, that was dead. That was dead. Same thing with soul farming and gold farming. Nobody wants to accept it, but that's dead. It's dead. It's like watching a VCR or something. Go get your VCR tape. Just pop it in. You know? Blow into the cartridge and stuff. Because you're still living in 1980s. Doing your gold farming, soul farming, pet rescues during a VOD event. That's old. It's old news. We don't do that anymore. Like, get with the times. Just go hard. Go hard in the VOD event. You'll get orbs, which are 31 copies of a pet, and then you can use it on whatever pet you want. You don't get a random leaf on your shoulder. Go orb whatever pet you want. I know you have to like get a copy of it to then orb it, right? But that'll just happen. Like you don't have to. It'll happen every other day of the month. You know, the other 27 days out of 30. That's when you get pet rescues. That's when you do pet rescues. The only time I think you shouldn't do it. Now, I go so hard about this that people think I just hate pet rescues altogether. I don't. I think you should do them the other 27 or 28 days of the month. If a pet rescue pops up the other 27 or 28 days of the month, then yes, do it. But those 3 days, the VOD event, you probably shouldn't be. I've never, and this is the thing, I've never one time, 0 times in my entire life, have I stopped and gone and done a pet during a VOD event. And I'm just fine. And that's all I can tell you. That's what I'm teaching. I'm like teaching you how to do the things that I did. And showing you, like, this is all the stuff I got. I have every troop in the game. I have 7 kingdoms on 20. I have a couple of them on 30. Like, I have so much, like, I'm so far into the game. And how did I get there? I'll explain to you how I got there. I didn't do pets during a VOD event. I did it 0 times my entire... Never typed it out in the chat and said, look, guys, Dingleberry's there. Never done that any times. 0 times. You'll go look back. There's proof. If you go look back and... wherever. Look in the guild chat right now. I'm not talking about pets. I've never in my life talked about pets. Ask any of my guild mates. I'm never saying, there's a pet up. Go get it. At least not during a VOD event. I never would. Because I'm not going to, like, disturb you while you're doing the best thing in the game with something stupid like a pet. Like a penny outside of a $100 bill machine. That'd be like the guy in the crowd. You're grabbing $100 bills in the machine, and they're like, hey! There's something over here. It's a penny. Hey, you in the money machine grabbing $100. There's a penny over here. Hey, there's a penny. Come and get it. Hey, you. Penny over here. It's shiny. It's 1983. 1984. It's 1972. Come and get it. It's a penny. Hey, everybody, there's Penny over here. Get out of the money machine. Get out of the $100 bill money machine. There's a penny. Come on, it's shiny. That's what it's like. I'm just trying to help. Just trying to help. That's all. Everybody will realize one day. If somebody's listening right now and they're still doing that, you'll realize one day when you're just orbing all these pets that you're going after anyway. You get enough pets the other 27 days. You don't need so many. Like, what are we doing here? Like, if you're gonna, if you just like pets so much that that's like your sole goal in this game, then just don't do the Vault event at all. Just don't do it at all. You might as well just not do it at all if all you care about the pets. Just don't even do the Vault event. You're playing the game the way you're straddling the toilet backwards, so you're already doing your own thing. Like, just worry about pets then. Don't even play Gems of War. Just play Pets of War. Play Gems of Pets. Like, make up your own new game. Because the pets are a very small portion of the game that doesn't really matter. Alright. Did I find the door? I love ranting about pets because it passes so much time. It gives me something to talk about. It's fun. Good pet rant every Vault weekend, I know. I'm a nutball. The only thing, like the nicest way to say it possible is that I have never done it. And if you're coming here for advice, and I'm giving you the advice, because the way I'm being so passionate about it, because I've never done it one single time. 0 times I've ever gone after a pet during a Vault event. 0. Literally no time. 0. I'm pretty sure. Like maybe a long time ago when there was no gaps, and the game changes though, and you stop doing certain things. You know? There's so many orbs right now that you don't have to chase, like especially like if you already have the pet. Now, a person could say, well, I don't have any copies of this pet. I'm going to go grab it real quick. That's more understandable than getting like your 3rd or 4th or 5th copy of a pet you already have. It's more understandable. I still don't like it. Because you get enough pets otherwise throughout the game that you don't have to do it during the Vault event. Because you don't need that many. They don't even do that much. I could have every single pet in the game. Every single pet fully ascended. And you could have no pets. And we would not even be able to tell that much of a difference as far as, like, if I fought the same fight as you. If we were both the same level, and with everything else being the same. Let's say everything else in the game is the same. As far as, like, whatever. We're in the same guild. We're the same exact hero level. We're using the same class and the same troops and everything. Every other thing is exactly the same, except for our pets. You have every single pet in the game fully ascended, and I have 0 pets. None at all. You would not be able to tell the difference. You wouldn't be able to. One person would have like 12 extra HP and like, you know what I mean? Like you'd be able to tell, but it'd be like so tiny you'd have to look for it with the microscope. Like, oh yeah, that guy right there has 5 extra HP than the other guy. That'll help. That'll help when something's hitting you for 70 something or 80 or 90 or 100 something, or hitting you with skulls for 50, 60, 70, 80. That 5 HP will really help, you know? I'm glad I didn't get gems and gold and dragonite and orbs and keys and mythics and legendary. I'm glad I didn't get that stuff and I went after pets instead. That 5 HP is really helping right now. It's making a big difference. It's not, though. They're not that important. I've never cared. 0, ever. Except for outside of the Vault event. Like, if a pet pops up, it's like I always say, if the game shows you something to do, you should probably do it. But that's not during the Vault event. Not every other day, though. If you see a pet pop up, go get it. Go get it. Every single other day of the month. Go get it. Like, hurry up, go get it. And tell everybody else, like, hey, there's a pet up right now. Because it's more rare outside of a Vault event. So it is something worth telling everybody about. Like, hey, this pet's up. You better do it. You know? But you'll get enough that throughout the 27 days that are, 9 times as many days. You're going to get enough pets that you don't have to worry about it during the Vault event. Just like on the screen proof of me saying I've never done it ever one single time, and I'm completely fine. There's no kingdom. I have 0 kingdoms blocked by pets. 0 kingdoms right now. 0. 0 kingdoms blocked by pets right now. None. And I've never chased a pet during a Vault event. A single time ever. And I have 0 pets blocked by... 0 kingdoms blocked by pets. It's not a... It might happen. It might happen, like, throughout your journey of playing Gems of War. You might have one kingdom blocked by pets or 2 kingdoms. But all you got to do is do your epic trials, do your faction, and grab the pet on Wednesday during that kingdom week. And then grab every pet throughout the 27 days that it's not the Vault event. And then do your Underspire and get your minion orbs. And then do your Vault event and get your minion orbs. And then you can fully ascend them. You're going to feel real... trust me. Later, when you have 15 out of 31, which is not even half of the pets you need for whatever pet, remember when you're orbing it one day... me saying this, because that's what's going to happen. You're not going to sit there and get another 16 copies randomly from pet rescues. You might as well just orbit from 0 to 31, then sit there and get 13 copies of it. Yeah. All the 12 copies that you got was a waste of time. As soon as you orbit, fully ascend orbit, every single copy you got other than the first copy was a waste of time. You just wasted time by getting all those other copies. Because you can go get orbs, minion orbs, through the Vault event and through Underspire. You can get orbs. That's when it changed. That's when it changed. Like, that's when, the same time gold farming and soul farming became old news, that's when pet rescues during Vault events became old news. As soon as they introduced orbs to the game and, like, Iron Hawks and Gaps and Pity Keys, like, as soon as all that was in the game together, that's when all that stuff became old news. And anybody that's, you just gotta get with the times. There's easier ways to do these things now. We don't have to chase down pets one pet at a time. One copy at a time. That's a bottleneck, and they usually fix bottlenecks. They'll add something in that makes it not as bad of a bottleneck anymore. Which is minion orbs. And then, like, epic trial, and so many pets from each kingdom that it's nuts that pet rescues are just a waste of time during Vault events. You got holiday events, you got Legends Reborn, you got a campaign pet, we got some weird special anniversary event happening next week that's going to give us pets. There's so many things that give you pets now. Like, I can't even mention all of them. The Kingdom Pass gives you pets. There's so many things now, it's crazy. Like, so many events that give you pets now. It's crazy. Epic Trials give you pets. Faction Event gives you pets. Holiday gives you pet. Legends Reborn gives you pet. Kingdom Pass gives you pet. Campaign Pass gives you pets. Special whatever events happening next week is going to give you pets. There's so many things now that give you pets. You don't have to. You don't have to. Unless you're just like a Pokemon pet person. And, nobody's going to be able to tell the difference between me and you, though. As far as, like, the rest of the game other than the pets. Because they don't matter very much. Something cute to put on your shoulder, that's it. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Goody says I'm playing Go, that board game from Japan. Roxy says I do explore 9 gaps. I don't know why, but hey, whatever floats your boat, I guess. It just makes them harder and slower, and you're going to get less vault keys, but it is what it is. If you do explore 1 gaps, you get way more vault keys than explore 9 gaps. But hey, whatever floats your boat. Nothing in Explore 9 is as fast as Iron Hawks. So you're getting less vault keys. It's just a fact. But if you don't have Iron Hawks, maybe. I don't know. There might be a reason. Maybe you don't have Iron Hawks. And you leveled all your classes. Maybe all your classes are at 100 and you don't have Iron Hawk. Maybe then you would do... But it's not, we all know that's not the right thing to do, but, people play games different ways, so I get it. I'm just here to tell people how to play it the right way. But you don't have to, it's a game, so, like, that's the other side of the coin. Like, we're playing a game, so who cares how you play it? You don't have to play it right. You can play it however you want. You can go after pets, and you can play Explore 9 on gaps for whatever reason. Like, it's whatever's fun. Like, games are supposed to be fun, so whatever's fun for you. But the meta, like, the best way to play the Vault event is to do Explore 1 with Ironhawks. Or Rowan, or Pharaoh Khafre with Imperial, whatever it is, or, like, something like that. The main goal is to kill as many gnomes as possible, because they drop vault keys, not to make anything harder, or get... What are we getting by doing Explore 9 instead of Explore 1? You don't even get Nisha tokens from 9, I don't think. So it's not Nisha tokens. Nisha tokens start on like 10, 11, and 12, so... And if you do get them from 9, it's like a very, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny chance that's not really worth it, so... And, like, what are we getting? I don't understand what we're getting from Explore 9 that's better than Explore 1. Because if you do Explore 1, you're going to get more gnomes, which means you get more vault keys. Which means any other thing that you're getting from Explore 9, you're going to make up for it by getting extra vault keys. If we're talking tokens, then you're not getting Nishas on 9. I think Nishas start on like 10, 11, and 12. And even if they are on 9, it's like the smallest chance in the world, like 0.000 point whatever. So just for everybody else, like, Explore 1's the place to be. No matter, I don't care if you can one-shot. I don't care if you can one-shot 5, 9, 12, whatever you're one-shotting. It's still faster to do Explore 1. Because it's a guaranteed, repeatable, brainless thing that we know works every single time no matter what. We're not like... And there's no advantage to doing a higher Explorer. There's no advantage at all to doing a higher Explorer. Any advantage you gain is thrown down the toilet when you're getting less vault keys. Because it's, like, slower. Mark says Underspire without Tina or Tesla is impressive for me to watch you beat it. Mark says I beat Underspire last night at 97 rooms, but I used Tina and Tesla. Was an easy week. I know, I'm like making myself do stupid hard stuff for no reason. Jet says wall humping. Get all pets to Legendary, then Orbit. That's alright, but it takes so long to like get them to Legendary. It's a lot of copies too. I mean, that's smart if you can... Without doing it during the Vault event, then that's smart. Like, I don't agree with getting pets during a Vault event, like, at all. But getting them to Legendary, then orbing it with the smaller minion orb, of course, yeah, that's great. That's good. I like that. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. That's like getting something's first trait and then... Like getting something's first 2 traits and then using a small orange orb. That's like getting a troop to Legendary, then using a small blue. Eventually we're gonna have... Like, ask Tyrion, like... He has so many minion orbs that he doesn't know what to do with them now, probably. Pretty sure. But he doesn't have so many... He doesn't have so many glory orbs that he doesn't know what to do with them, because he could use those. Even though it's not as good value, he could still use those. Like, you can't use minion orbs on anything else. If all your pets are fully ascended, there's no use for them. But if all your mythics are fully gold elite, there's still a use for glory orbs. Man, I wish I had a troop that was actually doing damage here. That's why I got the flame cannon, because you run into situations like this, where you summon things that can't do damage. So you gotta have something. So that's why I have the flame cannon. Instead of doing 2 bomb bots, when the second bomb bot stops one, you know, when they stop killing in 2 shots, then you have nothing. If you get unlucky with your summons. So I was thinking ahead about that. Tyrion doesn't have to worry about pets, he has them all. Mark says I have all my starry pets mythic, but I don't have them all. Good pet rant, yeah. Crow doesn't have Ironhawks, so I used up all my keys this week trying for them. Well, I mean, at least that was smart, like, to try. Anita says, how in the F you get so many minion orbs? I rarely get one ever. I do Underspire and I do Vault event. That's how I... And then, you know, every time there's an event, I do, you know, just everything, and every day I do everything that you're supposed to do, pretty much. But the main place that you can get them is Underspire and Vault keys. It's like the more vault keys you get, the more chance you have at getting a minion orb. And like every single chaos orb in the game has a chance to drop a minion orb. So you're supposed to get every... Like, don't skip the faction event. That drops a chaos orb, and that's a potential minion orb. You know? Don't skip bounty event. Don't skip any events, because there's chaos orbs there, and the more chaos orbs you open, the more chance you have at getting minion orbs. If we're sitting here skipping events, then you're skipping chances at minion orbs, and that's why we're getting less. Like, you have to get every single chaos orb that they present to you, so that you have more chances at getting minion orbs and glory orbs and stuff like that. It's like they put the events in the game for a reason, and you're supposed to do them. You're not supposed to just skip them. Like, Treasure Hunt is not an event that they're putting into the game. That's like a little side quest game mode that's always there. It's not some event. You know what I mean? Like, Journey's not just there all the time. It's a special event that comes once every month. You know? Factions only come once a week, and it's a different one every time. You know, bounty only comes once a month. You're supposed to do all of those. There's special events that you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to skip any of those, because they have chaos orbs, and chaos orbs can be minion orbs, glory orbs. Like, you're supposed to do every guild event. You're supposed to do every single player event every time that they're there, because they're special events. They're not. It's not Treasure Hunt. It's not Arena. It's not PvP. It's not Explore. That's there all the time. You can do that whenever you want. The other events that have like a shop and, you know, a leaderboard, and those are special events you're supposed to do. You don't skip them. The thing you should be skipping is like PvP and Explore and the stuff that's there whenever you want. You could play Explore 12 at 3 a.m. in the morning any day of the week. You can play PvP at 3 a.m. in the morning any day of the week. You can't just play Bounty right now. You know? It's not there right now. You can't play Journey right now. It's not there right now. You can't just play whatever faction event you want right now. You can go do a faction, but you can only do 3 turns, and then you got to pay money to keep going. And you don't have as many potions or stats and stuff like that. Like, it's easier to do during an event. And there's no extra reward either. If you go do it, you can say, well, you can do factions right now, but you don't have an extra special reward with chaos orbs and stuff up there that you're also getting while you're doing it. Because that's a special event. They're putting in a special event with a leaderboard and a shop, and you should do all of those every single time. No matter what. There's no good excuse to not do it. Because then you're missing out on chaos orbs. And the more orbs, it's just like the vault keys. The more enemies you kill, the faster, the more gnomes you see. The more gnomes you see, the more vault keys you get. The more vault keys you get, the more chances you have of getting the orbs. So you got to keep giving yourself more chances instead of less chances. It's the same thing. The more chaos orbs you open, the higher the chance you're going to get a minion orb or a glory orb. If you're skipping a chaos orb, then you just threw a chance down the toilet. Now you have less chances, and that's why you're not getting as many. So we gotta go after every single chaos orb, especially if you don't have Zul'Goth and CT. Like, that's for sure. Like, you gotta really chase those chaos orbs hard. Every single one you see. Because then you'll get all the oranges and the blues and the whatevers you need to make the power orbs. I feel like people, for some reason, people want the new dragon to be awesome, but they won't play they want to have an excuse not to play certain events. For some reason, people love getting pets during the vault event, but they won't go get their epic trial pet or their faction pet, which are way cooler. It's like people pick and choose the reasons and the for something, like love to gold farm for some reason, but they won't play the vault event properly. They'll go chase pets the whole time. It's like, you wouldn't need to gold farm if you would play it right. Yeah? And all those pets, like, a lot of those pets aren't going to matter that you're getting. It's going to be a waste of time. But you're just going to orb them one day. That's how the game works right now. Like, it used to be you would have to pet rescue every single pet. And buy baskets and stuff. I was saving up gems so I could buy a bunch of baskets a long time ago. But now I'm like, I'm never doing that again. I don't really need to. this is Under Spire Epic and Under, and I've been playing for an hour, and I haven't done any VOD event, so I'm stupid. I've just been ranting about pets. I'm a self-sabotager, remember? I like to tell you to do stuff that you... I like to say you're dumb for doing things you like to do, because I'm an idiot, and I'm a self-saboteur, so... I'm just trying to help, though, you guys know, deep down. I'm just trying to help. Just trying to help you get everything you want to get, for real. Like, do we want every pet in the game, or do we want Stellarix, you know? Do we want every pet in the game, or do we want our kingdoms on 20 and 30 and to have more stats and to be more powerful? I'd rather have all the stats than all the pets. I'd rather have Stellarix and Diamantina than all the pets. All the pets doesn't really do anything for me. Having Stellarix does something for me. Having stats does something for me. That's how I think. I guess that's how I think when I'm playing. Like, am I going to get something for this, and what am I getting, and why am I getting it, and is it going to make my account better? Like, getting every single pet doesn't really make your account better. You only need, like, 3 from each kingdom, and then everything over that's, like, overkill and something you really don't need that bad. You might need 4. Like, you need 3. Most people only need 3, because I think 4 is, like, super high power, or super... Like, you probably won't even make it to it, but... Literally, I'm just trying to help. Like, if one person stops going after pets during the vault event, and they end up getting tons of extra vault keys, and then they end up getting tons of extra orbs, and tons of extra keys, and tons of extra mythics, and gems, and gold, and everything else, then I'll be happy. Because if you just sacrifice that stopping and going for pets, you're going to get literally more of everything else in the game. We're stopping to go get pets, and we're getting less of literally everything else in the game by doing that. You can get more of everything, whatever you're looking for, everything else in the game, if you stop doing that. It'd be like, you know, you could go to work for an extra hour, or you can stay home and pick your nose. Like, stop picking your nose for an hour and go to work for an extra hour if you want extra money. If you don't want extra money, like it's a decision you could make. Just like stopping doing pets during a vault event, you could stop doing that right now, and you could get more vault keys right now. It would be just like your work saying, "Hey, would you rather come to work for another hour and make this much money, or would you rather stay home and pick your nose?" And you're like, I think I'll stay home and just pick my nose. Even though you're like, I need money so bad, I need money so bad, I need money so bad. But I really love collecting boogers. I have a nice booger collection on my wall. I might just stay home and collect boogers. I think that's what I'll do. I'll stay home and collect... I'll add some more to my booger collection. That's my favorite. Looking at my booger collection for an hour instead of... Even though I need money. Like, I'm on the forum complaining about not having enough money. And people are telling me, like, how to go get it. But I would rather... You know, hey, buddy, you should probably just stop picking your nose for that hour and admiring your booger collection. And, like, go to work for an extra hour like they're asking you to. Like, you know, they're telling you to, that you should probably do that. No way, man. I love my booger collection. I love looking at my booger collection on the wall. Well, man, I'm just telling you, like, the picking your nose and looking at your booger collection just isn't a good usage of time anymore. I mean, back in the day, boogers were worth a lot of money, and, like, booger collections were very, very valuable and, you know, desirable. But, you know, the way it is these days, you know, you just go to work for another hour, you get more money, and then you don't, like, the booger collection really isn't worth it anymore. Like, having each and every different kind of booger really doesn't help you. I mean, it used to back in the day. It used to. But now, like, having every different color and every different shape of booger doesn't really matter on your wall. You know? I like my boogers. I love doing my booger collection. I know I could get overtime right now and get way more extra money, and I know I'm on the forum complaining about money all the time, but I'm just going to sit here and admire my booger collection like I've been doing. That's how it seems to me. Booger inflation. Hey, did we get it? Nice. Did we do the goal? We've never done it before. You did it! Your goal was complete! Let's go! What is this for? I don't know. just to say we could do it. Anita with the gifted, too. Thank you so much. I hope nobody's taking offense right now. You know how I am. I go crazy. I like to... It's fun for me. I like to rant and rave, and I'm not saying anybody's stupid or anything. It's just... my brain goes a certain way, and I start going crazy, and nobody's... I'm not saying anybody here is dumb for anything, or... You know what I mean? It's like, this is the way I do stuff, and I can't stop. I think it's in my head, I'm like having a good time saying all this crap, and it does, and I am, and it all is the truth. As far as like you should be getting vault keys instead of pets. Like that's the truth. I go a little bit hard and say stupid stuff, but it's just to try to be funny and like make it make sense. I'm just trying to amuse myself and try to find different ways to make it make sense to people that still aren't, doing it. Like people that are still doing pets during the vault event, I'm trying to like come up with something that finally makes it make sense for them. And like I go through the Rolodex in my head, and some of them are not as good as others, and some of them are more, annoying or abrasive than others. And one of these days though, I'll hit the right one, and you'll be like, "Oh, that does make sense. The booger collection. I get it." You know what I mean? One of these days, one of the things I say, it'll sink in and you'll get it. Because there's been things before in this game where I just didn't get it. And then all of a sudden it sunk in. I was like, oh yeah, that's how it works. I get it now. Maybe somebody said something a certain way. Maybe somebody was talking about their booger collection, and it just all of a sudden made sense to me. Like, oh, I get it now. The booger collection. That makes total sense. Why sit there collecting boogers when you can go collect money? That makes sense. Boogers aren't worth anything. You can just pick boogers out of your nose. Money, though. Money, everybody needs money. Just like everybody needs vault keys. Because vault keys have everything in them. Not everybody needs pets. We only need a couple. Just a couple, and they kind of give you the route to go get them. And it's not really through the vault event. But people play for different reasons. I get it. I like arguing both sides. I wish somebody would argue with me, because it's fun. Like, oh, well, what if it's a pet you don't have, and you go get a one copy of it? That's a good counter argument. I get it. You're still gonna get less vault keys, and you're probably still not gonna need that pet, but at least you're doing something, I guess. It's not horrible. That's like you're picking your nose to clear your airway. You're gonna breathe a little bit better. Like you really shouldn't though, because sticking your fingers up your nose is bad for you, and like you get germs, and you're probably gonna get sick. But at least you're like clearing the route so you can breathe better. Like that's your excuse. It's kind of like that. That's like that. It's a good metaphor. Like I don't have this pet yet. I'm gonna go get one copy. I'm gonna pick big boogers out of my nose so I can breathe better. Similar to that. Like at least there's a reason. Like, it might not make sense to everybody, but at least it's some sort of reason. Now I can breathe better, because I picked that giant booger out of my nose, and I smeared it on the wall for my booger collection. See how far I can flick my boogers. It sticks to your finger. You keep trying to flick it. That's what we're doing instead of vault event. We're trying to flick boogers off our finger, and it's sticking to our finger, and we keep trying to flick it. We get one copy, 2 copies. We get 1 or 2 copies, man. How many do you need? How many do you need for it to matter? 31? Well, how many are you getting though? I'm getting like 1, maybe 2. But I thought you needed 31 of those. What do you mean you get 1 or 2? Yeah, boy, I get 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Get 1 or 2 of them every single time, man. Is it at least the same one? You getting the same one? Like you getting like a leaf on your shoulder or something? Like a leaf? You at least getting the same leaf every time, so you can get like 1 or 2 copies, and then get another 2 or 3 or 4. Are you getting like the leaf every time, so you can get more copies of the leaf? Nah, man, it's just a random different one. One time it's a log on my shoulder, one time it's leaf. So you're just getting like 1 copy of a leaf, and then you're getting 1 copy of a log, and then you're getting 1 copy of a flower, and then you're getting 1 copy of a dog, and then you're getting 1 copy of a cat, and then you're getting 1 copy of a dragon. You mean that you're doing that? Yeah, man, I only need 31 of them, but yeah, I'm getting one copy. You need 31 of each and every one of those? Like, you need 31 leaves, and 31 logs, and 31 dragons, and 31 dogs, and 31 cats? But you're stopping, you're like not getting the money, you're not like getting the $100 bills out of the money machine, you're like stopping to get the one dog and the one leaf? You already have like one leaf and you're going to go get a second leaf? You're not going to stop? You're going to go get your second out of... You need how many? 31? You need 31 of them? Like 3-1? Like 31? Like, that's a lot. Yeah, man, it's got number 3, number 4. Got number 3 and number 4. Only got 27 to go. But like it's the same one, no? Like it's the same kind of like from the same kingdom or something, right? During the vault events, like Adana pets or something, right? Nah, man, it's like every single pet in the game. It's like random. So you're not pretty much never going to get the same one. You're just going to get like 1 or 2 copies of, out of 31 of the leaf and then the log and then the dog and then the cat and then not even from the same kingdom or nothing. It's not even the same type of pet or nothing. It's like 300 pets in the game and yeah, I'm going to get them. That's how I'm going to get all my pets as fully ascended. I'm going to do them 1 or 2 at a time. Until I get to 31. And I'm going to do them. That's how I'm going to get all of them. I'm not going to do vault keys and get orbs. Screw the underspire. I don't need orbs, you know. I'm going to get all my pets, you know, very slowly 1 at a time and for, you know, 31 copies, you know, through Pet Rescue. Cuz Pet Rescue is really fun anyway, you know. Like those battles are super fun to do, the Pet Rescue fights. Man, they're so fun to do. That's why I really do it. I just enjoy doing pet rescue fights. Like, it's very unique. They're unique and they're very fun. Like, doing those. They're super awesome. They're super different than everything else in the game. And, I think it's super fun to play those fights. It doesn't make sense to me, basically. I don't get it. And the thing, like, I've never done it, and I'm completely fine. Yeah. It's like somebody coming with a random, you know, snake oil salesman type of thing. Like, they got a medicine tonic that you gotta drink. Like, if you drink this medicine tonic, you'll whatever. You'll never get Chinese chicken pox or something. So, if you drink this tonic here, you'll never get Chinese chicken pox. And so you're drinking the tonic every day so you don't get Chinese chicken pox, right? Well, here I am, not drinking the tonic. And I've never had Chinese chicken pox. So, you're spending money on the tonic, drinking it every day so you don't get Chinese chicken pox. Here I am just living life the way you're supposed to be living it, and I haven't got any Chinese chicken pox. So, it feels like you're doing something for no reason over there. When you could be, like, doing what you're supposed to be doing instead. But, yeah, I'm just telling you, like, I never did pets during the pet rescue. And I'm completely fine. Never been blocked. I think I was blocked on a pet like once, maybe once in my entire Gems of War career. And that was like a couple years ago. I don't think I could get blocked now. I would just go get Epic Trial, Faction, and usually you have at least one laying around. Like, even if you, yeah, usually you have at least one laying around from each kingdom, just from doing pet rescues the other 27 days of the month. All right, I got 2 more fights here. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just fighting. Then we'll do the vault. I'll do like a gap or hunt versus or something. What was the goal for? I don't remember what I put. Would be the first. Yay! Anita did it. You did the first one ever. We did it finally. Goal achieved. Anita, thank you so much. Odd One Out says, with Nomapalooza, I was able to squeeze 22 Explore 1 matches in the 15-minute time period. Yep. Yeah. That's what you should be doing. Good job. Crow says, I only do Explore 2 for 2K seals, then I go to Explore once. I've never had trouble getting seals. I saw that like on a forum post or something. I can't remember, but like I've never in my entire Gems of War career ever even had to think about seals. Because all you have to do is play the game the way, like, normally every day, and you'll get 2,000 seals. Same with, like, trophies most of the time. Unless you're in, like, a crazy high-level guild that asks for a weird amount of trophies. If you just play the game the way it should be played every day, you should always get 2,000 seals easily. And then, even if you don't you're playing other events where you get chaos orbs, where you can get purple orbs, where you can just open purple orbs. Like, you should have emergency purple orbs just in case. So, like, getting 2,000 seals should never even be, like, a problem that you should have to think about, like, at all. That's another thing I've never had to do in this game, is, like, worry about, maybe, like, if I didn't play the game. Like, if I skipped a day. If I wasn't playing, like, obviously you're going to be behind. Like, that's with anything in the game, though. If you don't play, then you're going to have to do certain things that other people aren't going to have to do. You know? If you're, like, not playing on Monday and Wednesday and Friday, and you're trying to play on just Tuesday, Thursday, and whatever, then you're going to have to do certain different things. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should start thinking about that. Like, people not playing it every single day. For some reason, my advice is mostly for people playing the game every day, because that's kind of how you have to play it, unfortunately. Gems of War. If you want, like, if you really want to play this game and you want to play it right, you pretty much have to play it every day. There's ways around it. Like, you have to plan ahead, though. You can't just randomly take days off. You kind of have to plan ahead and, like, okay, I'm going to take Sunday off, so I'm going to get all this other stuff done first, and then even, you're still going to miss stuff, though. You miss a chance at getting a perfect, so you might not get Dragonite that you could have got. You'll miss out on an adventure board that could have had gems in it, or a VIP key in it, or something in there, like a verse or something, or a book or a deed or whatever. You're going to miss an adventure board. You know, you're going to miss torches that you might need, but you could get that done, so that's like one of the things. There's only a couple things you'll really miss if you plan ahead and stuff. Like PvP, you're going to miss your PvP, like Citadel Wars fights if it's a certain day. If it's Tuesday, you're going to miss the faction event. If it's Wednesday, you're going to miss a pet. If it's Monday, you're missing Adventure Board, Dungeon, Citadel Wars. If it's Tuesday, you're missing all of that plus faction event. If it's Wednesday, you're missing all of that plus the pet. If it's Thursday, you're missing all of that plus the class event. And if it's Friday, you're missing all of that plus, I guess Friday's okay. Because you could do, like Friday, you could do the guild, whatever event it is, you could do Saturday and Sunday. So you're not really, you're just missing the same thing you would miss on Monday, on Friday. You know, Saturday, same thing. You're just, but you gotta, like, there's 3 days there where you gotta do the weekend event at some point. But you're missing, you know, Dungeon, Adventure Board, Citadel fights every single day. And then certain days have other things you're missing too. Like faction event, pet, class event, you know? So you kind of have to play every day if you really want to get certain things. Like, that's how the game is designed. Like, you're probably not getting Stellarix if you're not playing every day. You're probably not getting Zul'Goth if you're playing every day, you know? If you're not playing every day. Everybody go get pets, baby! I really don't care what anybody does. I just, you know, it's a video game. Play it the way you want. I'm hoping, like, this connects with somebody out there and they get it. Like, oh, the Booger Collection, I get it. I think, actually, embarrassingly, classes blocked me more than pets. Like, honestly, embarrassingly, because I also go hard. I don't go as hard about classes, though. Like, getting classes to 100 and going out of your way to do that. That is a thing I don't really like, but because it only blocked me a little bit. And then it's something to work on. Like, I like having things to work on. So when it pops up and says, like, oh, you need to get this class to whatever level, that gives me something else to do. And I kind of like it. But, like, getting a random pet, I don't know. It's not my, like, I've never had a pet block me from getting a kingdom to a certain, maybe like one time. I feel like it happened like once, and then I went and got the faction pet or something, and I was good. Maybe it happened one time, my whole Gems of War career, where a pet was blocking me. Because you're not supposed to, like, rush up your kingdom levels and powers either. You're supposed to do it, like, slowly over time. So you're getting the things you need slowly over time as you're leveling your kingdom level and power slowly over time. You're not supposed to, like, hurry up and do your kingdom level and power. It's supposed to happen over time slowly. And you see, like, the tortoise beats the hare usually. Like, I have 7 kingdoms on 20, and I almost have 8 on 20, and I have a couple on 30, and that's me, like, playing the exact same way I'm telling you to play. Like, I don't go after pets during vault events. I don't level classes. Like, I don't go out of my way to get them to 100. And I've never been blocked or stopped or nothing. I play the game exactly the way I tell y'all to play it. And that's how I got everything that I've got in the game. And the good argument to that would be, but Cinny, you've been playing this game for 8 years. That would be the good counter argument. But, like I said, you're not supposed to hurry up and rush. Like, yeah, I've been playing it for 8 years. So, but I've been doing everything right for, hopefully, maybe not for all 8 years, but it takes a while to get some of this stuff. They want it to take a while. They're not wanting you to have all your kingdom level and powers like super maxed out, because they don't want people to like have everything in the game, because then they'll quit. We know how it goes. As soon as you get everything you need from the game, you're quitting. As soon as you get everything you need from this channel, you're dipping out. You know, it's the same with everything. So the game is designed in a way that they're not letting you do that. They're not going to let you get max all your kingdoms and max all your powers and stuff like that. So you have to kind of do it over time. You can make it faster by doing it right over time, but you can't like really speed it up. Maybe with money a little bit. But even with even people that spend tons of money don't have all their kingdom level and power maxed out. There has to be something for even the highest level players to chase. Like, some things aren't meant for every person. Like, every person doesn't need to do epic trials all the way to the final fight. And, like, every person doesn't need to go to the 7th dragon and whatnot. You don't have to, like, if you're a beginner, you're not doing pure 500. Like, that's for later in the game. But you also don't really need as many pets early in the game either, so if I'm kind of being a hypocrite right now, I think it depends where you're at in the game, like always. I was like, what am I going to talk about today? And then here I am ranting and raving about pets all of a sudden. Okay, what's going on here? So we got the flame cannon. We don't have... Still using this team. It's still working. How far are we? I forget what dragon we're going after. I'm wasting all this time on the Underspire. Being a big hypocrite by doing epic and under for no reason. Why are you doing this on a vault weekend, you dummy? That'd be the thing to say. Why are you doing a challenge run in the Underspire during the vault event? Dumb. Making it take longer. You could just use Tina and Tesla. Get it over with. Here I am shooting the flame cannon 50,000 times. Just kind of fun. I've been playing for way too long. Like, gotta make it harder. Give myself something to do. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'm like, man, do I really need to get 300 vault keys again? Like, starting to think about it. Like, you know, I have this many gems, I have this much stuff, like, I should really focus on PvP, I think. I need to start focusing, not like right now. I'm still going to do the vault event every time it's the vault event, because it's so valuable. But at some point, you're like a millionaire, and like a money machine isn't as enticing. $100 bills aren't as enticing when you're a billionaire, you know? Like when you're in-game and a billionaire. Mostly, like, the rants are mostly focused to the people, like, going to the forum and complaining about stuff. And then they're playing the game wrong. And it kind of annoys me. Like, just play the game right. And you won't have to complain about, oh, vault keys aren't dropping this, or vault keys aren't dropping that, and I can't get this, and I can't get that. And, well, stop chasing pets during the vault event. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's why I'd love to go through somebody's account. Like, because I could help better if I could just watch somebody play and be like, okay, what do you, like, why do you have 0 gems, all right? Let's keep track of every gem you spend and see like what things you shouldn't be, like what are you spending gems on that you probably shouldn't be, because you shouldn't be running yourself down to 0 gems. Like why do you have 0 gold? Like what are we spending it on? Like write down every time you spend gold, write it down, and then give me the list and I'll tell you like, okay, you probably shouldn't have did this, you probably shouldn't have done that. Like what'd you get for doing this? What'd you get for doing that? Oh, you opened a chest with gems. What'd you get? Nothing. Well, that was a waste. You know? There's probably things you're doing that you're wasting if you have 0 of any resource. Like early game, people are so worried about souls, but I wasn't. Like my new account was fine. I just concentrated on troops I was actually using. Level the troops I was actually using. I'm not just leveling everything just because I can. Then you'll have 0 souls for when you actually get something good. You gotta think ahead, like resources can be used on cool stuff later if you save them. Like instead of throwing all your keys at this crappy dragon, new mythic dragon, those same keys could be used later for a better mythic later on. You know what I mean? Like, let's say the next new mythic is Ironhawk, for example. So if you use all your keys on this stupid dragon that sucks, then every single key that you threw to try for this dragon, you could have used on Ironhawk next time. But now you wasted all of them trying for this dumb dragon that sucks. When you could have just waited and used it in the future for something way cooler, way better. Same thing with just souls, like, you know, if you get Rowan, like if you get whoever, some crappy troop, you don't just level it up just because you got it. Like just some random, like, oh, I got Abject of Despawn, let me hurry up and level it to full level. And then the very next day you get Rowan and you have 0 souls. It's like, well, if you didn't level Abject of Despawn that you're never going to use ever, then you would have had souls to level Rowan. Like, just don't just don't do stuff just because you can. We don't open chests just because you can. Like I could open all my gold keys and then I could open more with gold. But I'm not going to do that because I can use gold on other stuff instead of doing a scratcher. Like I can open all these here and then it'll say gems, but I'm never going to do that because that's like randomly using gems for random stuff and getting nothing for it when you need gems for so many other things. Let's see where we're at in this vault event. I'm wasting some. How far did I get? Alright, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 dragons dead, and I'm looking for, I guess, the door. I hope I went the right way. Looking for the door. I'm almost to the 6th boss. Found my torches. Alright, so that's Epic and Under Spire done. Not done, but done for today. And we are... Alright, so... I've been sucking. I didn't play very much yesterday. First of all, I streamed, which you might as well cut it in half, and that's how much time I played. And then at night, I only ran 2 gaps. So I have 70 total keys. I got 2 verses. And... we are... at... 1, so we can run a gap. Yeah, let's finish up with the gap. Let's run a gap for the end of the stream here. Let's make sure we have the right team, first of all. We have the right team. No. So that would have been a mistake. I know what deed I want. If I see a green deed, I'm buying it. If I see any other deed, I'm not buying it. We need... That's the team, yep. Okay. Still be there, right? If I go all the way out and back in, still there, huh? Yeah. Alright. Soul 4. Anybody crashing today? I think I crashed once. Alright, let's go. Sorry, I'm gonna catch up in the chat. My bad. I'm like ranting so bad today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Odd one out. Odd one out. Crow. Every guild event you get minion orbs, that's true. They're in so many places you wouldn't think about. And a lot of them are chaos orbs that when you open the chaos orb, you have a chance at it. And you know, you're not going to get it a lot of the time, but the more times you open it, it's just like anything else. The more boss chests you open, the higher the chance you'll get the Horde Mimic Mythic. The more vault keys you open, the higher the chance you'll get a minion orb or a glory orb or the, you know, gem reward from Cedric. It's just like anything else. The more time you open a chaos orb, the more chances you have. The more time you open a glory chests, the more chances you have at getting a mythic. Like, it's like anything else. So you want to get every chaos orb you can. That way you have more of them to give yourself a better chance of actually getting a minion orb or a glory orb. You're not just going to open one and get it. You're not just going to open 10 and get it. You're going to have to get as many as you can and keep opening them. Same with vault keys. If you want gems from your vault keys, you can't open 50 vault keys and then say, oh, I didn't get any gems. You got to have more like 300 or 500. Make sure you get those epic vault keys, and then you'll get gems. It's like, you got to keep doing it. Keep getting... If you're having bad luck especially, like, you got to keep going. The more boss chests you open, the... Yeah, and it's just... I know it's dumb, but that's the way it works. It's RNG, so the more times you do it, the better the chance you have. Under spire you get one, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, those green orbs pop. That's a real booger collection right there. Those green orbs popping up every single time you open a chaos orb. That's how it mostly goes for. How it mostly goes. Crow says, what are shiny keys for? It's just like another... They're really for nothing, honestly, but there's certain troops that can be shinied, and if you open shiny keys, you get like... You get the tokens or whatever they are, and then you get enough tokens, you can be shiny level 1, shiny level 2, shiny level 3. Shiny level 1 lowers the troops' mana cost by a little bit. Shiny level 2 makes their spell slightly better, and shiny level 3 lowers the mana cost even more. But there's just not that many good shiny troops, so most people right now, most in-game players are just saving all their shiny keys, waiting for something to actually be good, so that we can open them all and get... Because if something good finally comes in, like a good shiny troop, the week that shiny troop is introduced, there's a higher chance you get the tokens or whatever for that shiny troop. So if you save all your shiny keys and then an actually good shiny troop comes in, then you open all your shiny keys, you can get that actually good shiny troop to shiny level 3 instead of just opening all your shiny keys all the time and getting a little bit of tokens for all the crappy ones. Give yourself a better chance to actually get the good one to shiny level 3 if you save them and save them and save them. And eventually I think they're going to like put older mythics and mythics and legendaries and make them shiny too. They just haven't done it yet. I hope it's not one of the things that they're abandoning. Like sometimes they just introduce something and then abandon it. If you look through all the troops that can be shinied, like none of them are really that good. There's like a couple that are okay, like jeweled golem and slug hoarder, and you know that the one we just got that's okay, like the mini web spinner one or whatever it is. But they're still not good enough to like throw all your shiny keys at, because we're hoping like they eventually add Ironhawk and Tesla and whatever, web spinner and Arachnian Weaver, and we should be able to make every troop shiny eventually, I'm hoping. Because they added a bunch of old ones, and then they keep adding new troops and making them shiny, so I think eventually like every troop's going to be able to be shinied. So it's smarter to like just save your keys right now and just kind of ignore them and just stack them up, because you're not going to get anything for real by shinying some crappy troop that you're not going to use even if it's shiny level 3. When like Chalcedony and like when there were certain shiny troops that were those loopy journey troops, it was smart. Like Egress I think was one. So whenever Egress was introduced, it was like right before they nerfed them, I got Egress to shiny level 3, and then its mana cost went down and its gem spawn went up, and it made it even better. Like it was already like an infinite loop, and that made it even better, and that was a good time to do it. But then they nerfed them, and now my shiny keys are down the toilet. Right now, you just save them. It's kind of like event keys. We're waiting for something good to come. We're not just throwing them, we're stacking them. So you don't really need anything to be shiny, right? Is there any like kingdom power that asks you to shiny troops? Like, I don't think so. But just ignore them for now and stack them up, basically. We're hoping that something gets added that makes them worth using. Mark says, what good old school teams did you used to open vault keys before Stellarix? Just curious. Tesla. Fomag. That's like about as far back as I can remember. Before Stellarix, I used to do like the Skull Waterfall just for fun. Like if I wasn't under time pressure and I was just opening vault keys for fun, I would put on a class I need to level and I would just use the Skull Waterfall team. Before Stellarix, if I was under time pressure, I would do like Tesla or Fomag. That's about as far back as I can remember for real. You could do Rowan and just boost it up and cast it, and you can use almost anything. Triple Ferocity Rage Reaver's pretty good because a lot of them are red. Like you got 3 red gnomes and the Cedric, and then the Ferocities like hit red really hard, so Ferocity's pretty good early game. My mic is hurting my head. Anita, you always do all events. Sometimes people just have bad luck. Like, I can give you all the advice in the world, and you can open as many Chaos Orbs as me, and you just have bad luck. The game sucks sometimes. RNG. Frank says, if you have 500 Vault Keys, 56 Epics. You're killing it, Frank. Nice job. Roxy says, I use Draculus, Crimson Bat, Leprechaun, Ghost Queen. Nice. That's a good one. Nice undead true damage team. Treasure Hunt is so much fun. I think I'm way behind in the chat. I'm sorry. DC with the 5. Thank you, thank you. What is the best Goblin or Zhejian pet? I don't know. Wall of boogers. You only get Chinese chickenpox if you pick your nose too often during Gap. DC says Sinnycool is going to manifest the dev swapping a Gap weekend for the new shiny bestest ever game mode of Pet A Palooza. It's nearly beer o'clock, Roxy. DC says I'll glitch, and instead of getting a ton of pets, only one pet that everyone has gets for free, ends up in the Palooza drop table, then they'll make it up to us with 50 gem keys. They're always glitching, aren't they? Crow says there are so many games I can't play Gems of War every day. Other games have better events sometimes. I feel ya. I feel ya. This game has a forum? Yeah. Mostly people complain on it, though. It's not the greatest forum I've ever seen. It's probably the worst forum I've ever seen. You can ask a question, and they will pick it apart. Like, somebody might answer it, but you better have... You can ask a simple question on the forum. I know I haven't done any Vault event, but I'm sorry. I've been talking a lot. You can ask a simple question on the forum, right? And they will flame you for it, for real. Like, somebody might answer it and be nice, but then somebody else will flame you for it. And then, like, if you answer the question, if you're the person that answered the question, they'll flame you for it, too. So the forum is, like, it's so annoying. Like, it's one of the worst forums I've ever seen. Just people complaining. It's like an echo chamber of complainers and stuff. People point out glitches and bugs. There's like half of it's okay and half of it's complaining and echo chamber. And it's really dumb when you ask a question and then they make fun. They say, like, they're just annoying. Like, one person will answer it, and then one person will make fun of the person asking the question, and then the next 5 people will make fun of the person that answered the question. They'll say one little thing wrong, and they'll pick it apart, but they answered the question, like, for real. They ask a question like, 2 plus 2 is 4, Like, what's 2 plus 2? And they'll say 4, but they'll spell 4 wrong or something. The person's like, okay, thank you. That answers my question. It's 4. Then the rest of the forum will just be like, you spelled 4 wrong. It's not that. It's F-O-R-U. It's F-O-U-R, dummy. Dumb. It's F-O-U-R, you idiot. Why you spell 4 wrong, dummy? Da-da-da-da. You don't even know what you're talking about. That's how the forum is. Rant marathon. Stay hydrated. Pay attention to the movie, the video game, the soundtrack. Put it in your playlist on replay. Yeah, shiny keys are... Just stack them up right now. We're waiting for them to be important for real. Yeah, I'm catching up. Roxy, you crashed. DC says this game hates me. My orbs be green, orange every time, no matter how... Yeah. Well, that's another good thing about the Underspire, is that you have guaranteed, like, the best thing that can drop from a Chaos Orb. It's guaranteed. And you can double it. So you can get double major Orbs of Glory. And it's not like a major Chaos Orb where you have a chance at a major Orb of Glory. It's literally a major Orb of Glory. And there's a silver one. There's every one you need. You can gold elite a mythic every single week if you do the Underspire. It's not some random chance. They're giving you literally the best orb you can get. If you just do Underspire. Where do you see if troop is shinyable? There's really not even a place to look. They care about it so much. There's not even... I don't think there is unless they added it recently. Like... You know, there's nothing there. Kingdom's definitely not going to have it. Troop type, probably not going to have it. I mean, you might be able to type in shiny. That's the only thing I can think. People have been asking for that for a while. Like a way to look up... A way to look up the shiny troops, and then a way to look at their lore, and then a way to look at, like, what happens if you get them to 1, 2, and 3. Like, I don't even think... If we type shiny, does it bring it up? Like, shiny. Brought up... Like, we haven't seen enough of this guy. The guy that gets brought up when you type in shiny is... Selfie on the toilet, man. I don't know. I don't know how to look. I don't know how to look. I don't think there's a way. Overview tab? Where at? Yeah, if you like go through every single troop, you can kind of tell which one is shiny. Because they're shiny. I don't know how to like filter out everything except for the shiny troops though, you know? I'm short a few Cedrics. Did you see how many I had? I almost have 1,000. How many Cedrics does everybody else have? I probably disenchanted too, like, at some point. Or I'd have more. Like, no mythic can be shinied, right? I don't think any legendaries can be shinied either. I think it's epic and under, huh? We go down to epics. Addlewing. Yeah, there it is. So no, there's no mythics, no legendaries yet. You can't even really tell unless you, like... It doesn't keep shining. You have to catch it the first time. Oh, I mean, it does after a minute. Or if you click on it. That's a shiny troop. Is there a way to... There we go. -1 mana cost. For this awesome troop. That you're never gonna use. So all the shiny troops are not great. There's no reason to throw shiny keys, because you're just gonna get progress on these crappy troops. That you're, you know, who cares if... I guess they're making crappy troops a little bit better, but... I would rather wait for an actual good troop to make better than to make crappy troops a little bit better. But anyway, let's run a gap so we can say we did the vault event. I was so ranty today, I can't believe it. Sometimes I tell you, like, I don't know what I'm gonna say when I start the stream, ever. Like, I might think of a couple things, but today I was like, what the heck am I gonna talk about? And then all of a sudden, it's the same old crap, but for for a long time. Stupid pets and calling people dumb for doing pets during the vault event, which I don't really mean. I think I wouldn't do it though. And I would love it if you would take the advice, but I know you don't have to take any of my advice. I'm just not doing it. And I will never pop a pet up on your screen either. That's kind of like how life is, right? I will never drive slow in front of somebody. I will never play basketball around your car. I will never pop a pet up on your screen during a vault event. And you wish people would just, like, do the same thing for you. Like, hey, don't drive slow in front of me. I'll never drive slow in front of you. Hey, don't play basketball around my car. I'll never play basketball around your car. You know? I'll never pop a pet up on your screen, I promise. I never will, so please don't do it to me. It's a little bit annoying. Unfortunately, that's a thing that, you know, other people want it, and that person wants it, so they're not worried about the person that doesn't want it. Because I guess, you know, there's probably more people that are uneducated that want it than people that are annoyed by it popping up. But I will go through every single one of my kingdoms and show you, if you want, that I'm not blocked on any kingdom by any pets. And I've never got a pet during a vault event. Sometimes they find me. Oh man, you had a crash? I'm still working on it. I'm not like saying we fixed it or anything. I'm trying. Lay off the coffee. I did have some caffeine, but it was like right when I woke up. What happened there? Why was it taking so long? What'd I do? Alright, I'm gonna try to go fast. Sometimes I accidentally make the kingdom my home kingdom. Cookie Man! Yeah, that's a good one, Crow. 3 times Ferocity Rage Reaver, or 3 times Ferocity Glowing Core, or 3 times Ferocity whatever, Essence of Evil. The only problem with that is, like, only having 2 colors is kind of annoying. The more colors you have, the less annoying it is to match gems on the board. I've made some teams on my new account where I, you know, like, exactly that, I think. I was doing like Mountain Crusher Triple Ferocity or something. And it was really annoying because you only have 2 colors. So if you don't get red and you don't get brown, you're kind of just picking your nose. I don't know why we're picking our nose today, but that's what's coming to mind. You're twiddling your thumbs. If you don't get red or brown, you're just twiddling your thumbs. So, I don't know. Ferocity is better when you can use Rage Reaver if possible, but Rage Reaver's hard to get. It's a weapon you have to wait for the right kingdom, I think Wild Plains or something, and then you get it in the Soul Forest. But that's why you should... That's why, like, Nimbus Bow and Rage Reaver and Axe of the North and Lupine's Edge, that's why they're important to get when they pop up. It's not like they're the best weapon in the game or anything, but if you want to use your Guardians at all and use them right, you really need those weapons. Fomag was a good team for a while. Yeah, Fomag. It was like Phoenicia, Magma Dragon, Miraji Queen, and Leprechaun. Those are pretty much, like, before... I think I already answered that, though, right, Mark? The teams I used to open vault keys before I was using Stellarix was, like, Tesla. So you can do Explodey Weapon, Tesla, Holy Saint Astra. You can do Tesla, Wand of Stars, Holy Saint Astra Leprechaun or something. Just use Tesla in some sort of way. Will be good for opening vault keys. You can do Fomag. You need Phoenicia, Magma Dragon, Leprechaun, Miraji Queen. You can do... I did on my new account, I was doing like Queen Beatrix Venoxia, which is not the fastest, but it works for low-level players. Because, yeah, I mean, that is a problem for some... Like, you have so many vault keys, you just want to open them as fast as possible. Definitely worth talking about, for sure. But yeah, if I didn't have Stellarix, I'd be using Tesla. If I didn't have Tesla, I'd be using Phoenicia. If I didn't have Phoenicia, I'd be using Queen Beatrix. If you don't have Queen Beatrix, then you're probably using Rowan. And sometimes you can't say that you don't have a troop. Like, people should have Queen Beatrix. Like, there's no excuse to not go get it. People could not have Phoenicia. Like, that's hard. You can't just go and get Phoenicia. You have to really either get lucky or craft her or use event keys on a Suncrest week. You can't just go get Tesla. You have to get lucky or craft it or get her on an Adana week. But like Rowan and Queen Beatrix, every single person in the game has it. So that's what you use if you don't have the other things. You'll get bored. Like in the beginning of the game, if you're playing right, you should be getting bored. Because you're going to use Rowan until your nose bleeds. And then you're going to use Queen Beatrix pretty much until you get Tesla and Stellarix and stuff like that. Pretty much the progression these days. Rowan your butt off until you get Queen Beatrix, and then you Rowan and Queen Beatrix your butt off until you get Tesla. And then you Rowan, Queen Beatrix, and Tesla your butt off until you get Stellarix. And then you just use Stellarix for everything, push one button and win. Of course you need to get Ironhawk at some point too. Like the most important troops in the game, probably. And you can play the whole game without... That's what's crazy. Like, you don't need every single mythic in the game, you know? Because some of them don't even... You can use Tesla or Queen Beatrix or Stellarix or Rowan and do better than getting some random mythic like the new dragon. Like, why use that new dragon when you can use Tesla? A lot of the things you can just use whatever you want. Some things there are restrictions, though, so it's nice to have a variety. Yeah, Captain Saltclaw's a good one. I like Captain Saltclaw, especially for certain restrictions. That's kind of what you do, you know. You take care of, like, the Rowans and the Queen Beatrixes and the stuff that can do lots of stuff. And then you start widening your... Like, okay, now I want a better red. I need something red, you know? You want to find a good red... Like, Tesla's a good red, but, you know... I need a good dragon, because this dragon restriction over here. Open a cosmic egg, now you got a good dragon, you know? And that'll be another thing you have, is a cosmic dragon, an immortal. So between all those things, you almost have your bases covered. You got Rowan, you got Queen Beatrix, you got all those legendaries down there, so... And there's a lot of good ones. So you don't really have to rely on random mythics and random legendaries. Like it's not like I can't beat this, I can't do nothing because I don't have whatever, insert mythic here. Because there's legend, you can go get Gobtruffle and Beatrix and Shakaroth and Gargoyle and Magma Dragon and the Great Worm and all that awesome stuff in the underworld. And then you can go get an Immortal, and then you can go get a Cosmic Dragon. And all the meanwhile, you have Rowan, and yeah. That should be good. You're getting Guardians from your guild chest, you got Ferocity, Finesse. That's why the game, if you play it right, it's not that bad. That's what I try to show with my new account playthrough. If you pick your mastery right, if you get into a guild as soon as possible... Turn the game up to 4 times speed, if you do the underworld and actually go get those legendaries and stuff, you won't have very much trouble. It's not going to be hard. You're not going to be sitting there with weird random troops, like, losing fights. It's just kind of like knowing, like, this Rowan is awesome. Like, if you know that, and you actually use it, it's like playing, Dark Souls 1 and knowing that pyromancy is freaking amazing. Like, one person doesn't know, and the other person does know. The person that knows that pyromancy is amazing is going to crush it. And the person that doesn't know is going to struggle. So if you don't know that Rowan is awesome, then you're going to struggle. And you're going to be using some weird, whatever. Weird troops. It's like Dark Souls 3, the Twin Blades, the Wind Blades are good. If you don't know that, you might be using some weird dagger that isn't very good. So I'm here to tell you about the Pyromancy and the Wind Blades. In Rowan and Queen Beatrix. And it's even cooler when you can get them so early in the game. Like, you get Rowan super early, and you get Queen Beatrix super early, and you get a Cosmic Dragon pretty early, and you get an Immortal pretty early. And then you go get all the rest of the legendaries in the Underworld, and you're pretty good to go. You don't... No big deal if you don't get some random mythic. If you open a ton of keys and you get no mythics, like, no big deal. Of course, at the end of the game, you want Iron Hawks and Stellarix and Zul'Goth and High King Irongut. But you can play the game with... That's what I'm doing with the Underspire. Like, it all ties back around. I'm showing that you can beat the Underspire without any mythics or legendaries. Like, I have access to Tesla and Tina, and I'm not using them, and I'm still beating it. Like, that's the whole point, and that ties everything back to what we did in the beginning of the stream. Super true. Ba, 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 ba. Anybody else eat ice cream for breakfast? Actually, I ate cheesy pretzels and ice cream. That's a weird combination, huh? I've been trying not to eat. I've been trying to, like, kind of intermittent fast a little bit. Not, like, super hardcore, but... Like, try to stop eating at night as soon as I can. And then, you know, just go to sleep. And then it's been like 12 hours since I ate. So if I stop eating at 6 o'clock at night, and I wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning, then I just fasted for 12 hours without even really trying. I just went to sleep. So that's why I'm trying that. I don't know, like... I feel like I do it a lot, and I don't know if it helps. Some people, like, really say that it helps a lot, but... I don't know. I think it's good. It's definitely good. It's like, you know, when people tell you to drink only water, and then you try it, and it's really not as awesome as they say. Or take your vitamins, you know? Your vitamins... Certain things, man, that people tell you to do, and then... You're kind of hoping you notice a difference, but you don't really. Like, I've tried drinking only water for months, and I didn't really notice a difference. And I've tried fasting a few times. I don't know. It helps to fast for 16 hours a day. I might be able to do that. What'd Mark do? 13 gaps in for a total of 284 keys. Nice. You're almost to the bare minimum already, which is nuts. You're gonna crush it. I might have just got to about 100. I'm slacking. I'm too busy flapping my gums. You know what else you shouldn't do during the Vault event? Flap your gums and be a motor mouth ranter. That's like a booger collection. I might as well be doing a booger collection. If I'm gonna flap my gums instead of doing the Vault. If I'm gonna go ahead and do a challenge run in the Underspire, like I'm a hypocrite a little bit. It's like do as I say, not as I do sometimes. Giving you the advice that I'm like also giving myself the advice too, you know. I got 94. So I'm behind right now. I'm going to get 300, though. Like, I'm pretty confident. My verses are a little bit lower than usual. Like, normally I'll come into a Vault event with 2 or 3 instead of 1 or 0. But, I think I'm going to still get 300. I hate it. I'm starting to get you know how it goes. Like, if you do something every day and then you all of a sudden don't do it, you're kind of like disgusted with yourself. That's how I'm gonna feel if I don't get 300 vault keys. I'm gonna be disgusted with myself. So I'm gonna try hard to get 300 vault keys. And then after that, I don't know. I might switch gears. I really need to do PvP because I need gold marks so I can get books. But I don't know for real. Like, I kind of need orbs just as bad as I need gold marks, though. And the way I'm going to get orbs is through vault keys. So I kind of still need to do the vault super hard. But I also need to do PvP super hard. I don't know, man. So if you look at all, like, the only thing I really got left, I should also go do my faction and my I'm still leveling that Nightweaver. I need to go do my faction too. I should probably do that first. I think I need to, as soon as this vault event's over and I get the 300 vault keys, I'm going to try to step it up in PvP a little bit, and then I got to get the factions done and get them out of the way. We'll get Indridge's Palace done next week, and then I have like 2 more to do. I don't know why. I could have done that like a year ago. You know how it is, though. I like to have things to do in this game. I don't want to, like, hurry up and... Especially if the game's not if it's not going to give... Like, the game is asking me right now to do Indridge's Palace, so that's why I'm doing it. The game right now is asking me to do Nightweaver, so I'm doing it, you know? Like, I'm not just going to... I don't know. It's kind of the opposite of saving your gold for future things and saving your gems for future things. I don't know. But anyway... Hey, Vu, you got Soulforge 20? Nice. That's another thing I just always forget to talk about. Is like leveling your Soulforge. Getting your dungeon, like going all the way down in the dungeon. It's similar to opening your vault keys on the hardest level. Going all the way down in the dungeon. Getting your Soulforge to level 20. Those are other things to concentrate on. It kind of builds upon the thing I was talking about earlier. Like, you have to get all your kingdom quests done, and all your class quests done, and all your world quests done, before you start worrying about PvP and Underspire and all that other stuff. There's other stuff, too, you know? You gotta get your Soulforge to 20. You gotta get your dungeon. You gotta get down as far as you can go in the dungeon that you're comfortable with. Like, don't rush it, but also, if you can do it, go down. Because you're gonna get more Dragonite. If you get a perfect, you're gonna get more Dragonite. If you get a perfect and you never go down the stairs, you're going to get like 80 Dragonite. If you get a perfect and you're all the way down, you're going to get like 120 or something. And then having your Soulforge on 20 is awesome because you can do all these extra crafts and you get all this extra stuff, and which is nice. But I better get out of here because all I'm doing is ranting today. I got to get off so I can go do everything else I gotta do so I can get back on and start grinding for real. When I'm on stream, I don't play very well. I just talk. Unless I'm specifically doing a challenge or something. I still get okay amount of vault keys. Like, that gap, I was fine. I think. Got 94. I think I had like 74, so I got like an average amount. I didn't get my pities though, did I? Oh. Maybe I did. But anyway. Any more questions? We met our goal today. Anita did it for the first time. That'll go down in the history books. That'll go down in the history books of the Sinnycool channel. Just like Gemma Jameson and Clues the video game. And educational purposes. Right? Karate the movie. Crotch Bandicoot, that's another one. You guys just keep adding to it. Crotch Rocket. Keep adding to it. Like, we got stuff from back in the day. We got stuff from back in the day. And then we got stuff from current day. Crotch Bandicoot. Freaking, all kinds of stuff. Now we got booger collections. Like, can't even keep up with the lore. Can't even keep up with the lore on this channel. There's too much going on. But yeah, if you take like a multivitamin every day, it's like something you're supposed to do, right? But it doesn't make you feel any different, or I don't know. Like, if I drink water every day and I did it for months, like, of course, like, it's like the thing you're not doing. With the water thing, it's like, okay, but you're not drinking pop, you're not drinking chocolate milk, you're not drinking milkshakes, you're not drinking all this nasty, gross stuff that's going to be a bunch of calories. I think with the water thing, it's more like, okay, drink water instead, that way it's consuming less calories, that way you can lose weight. And I mean, it keeps you hydrated and stuff like that, but so does Gatorade, so does Powerade, so does juice, so does whatever. So it's not like if I stop drinking Gatorade and Powerade and I start only drinking water, I'm going to notice much of a difference. Like, I drink Powerade and Gatorade, mostly. I drink water, too. I'm not saying I don't drink water, but I've tried only drinking water before, and I felt no different than if I was drinking water and Gatorade, or water and Powerade, or water and orange juice, or water and... It's like if you're a crazy maniac that chugs beers and drinks a 12 case of Mountain Dew every day, and then you stop and drink only water, you might feel different. But if you're drinking Powerade and Gatorade and apple juice, and then you stop and drink only water, it's not gonna make a difference for real. Like multivitamin, taking those doesn't really, like it doesn't... Feels like I paid for nothing to eat nothing to do nothing. Mark, you get at least 600 every vault weekend? Nice. That's really good. Yeah, Rage Reaver is a Wild Plains weapon. Magma Dragon's a good one. Yeah, you gotta craft it. Yeah, our community's awesome. They get me. They get me. Most of them do. Sometimes people disappear out of nowhere, but most of them get me, so they don't take offense. They know I'm just trying to help, and I'm really talking to the majority, not every single person. Captain Saltclaw. Vu says, I even got lazy to clear all kingdom quests while I can do it easily. Yeah, you kind of have to be actually playing the game for real, because, doing every kingdom quest opens all the classes. Opening all the classes opens all the class weapons, and then if you open all the kingdoms, you're going to have more tributes and more stats, and then, it's just all you have to do. You have to do all the kingdom quests. It's just like part of the game. It's like doing the tutorial in a game before you go play the real game. Gotta open all your kingdoms, or your stats are gonna suffer. You're not gonna have all the classes, and you're not gonna have all the class weapons, and that's just part of it. Like, your tributes, you're gonna have less gems. You're gonna have so many... There's gonna be certain things you can't do. Like, you have to do all the kingdom quests eventually. Like, there's certain things you just shouldn't do until you get all the kingdom quests done, because it's just something you're gonna have to do. Like, don't be doing PvP or Under Spire if you don't have all your kingdom quests done. So eventually you're gonna need certain classes to get certain class weapons. You're gonna need certain classes when if you're doing an event and the only good team is a certain team that has to use a certain class that because they're using a certain weapon with a certain typing and yada yada yada. Now you don't have that class because you didn't do the kingdom quest, and you're gonna be hurting. And that's just like, these are just some of the examples. Like, everybody is gonna agree that you should do all your kingdom quests. And you gotta do all your world quests to open all the game modes. And you gotta do all your class quests to open all the classes. Like, certain things, you just have to, like, eventually at least. Like, I'm not saying to go do it right now during the Vault event, but, like, over time, eventually, get them all done. Maybe I'll try 16 hours, Roxy. I've done it before. And I like fasting, and I like drinking water, and I like taking vitamins, but I don't feel like it helps a ton. I know it's like it's smart to do. Some people say you don't need, like, a multivitamin's only good if you have a deficiency. Like, if you have an iron deficiency and you take a vitamin for iron, like, that's when it helps. If you're like don't have any deficiencies and you take a vitamin, like, it doesn't really help much. You have to be deficient in a certain area for it to help. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's what I heard anyway from, like, a doctor. Boogers are good vitamins. Yeah, that's right. Ooh, Crow, you got Venoxia? Venoxia is good. Use it with Queen Beatrix. So just do any, like, Mountain Crusher, Venoxia, Queen Beatrix, Leprechaun, or something. It's really good for, like, opening vault keys, doing dungeon. Venoxia and Queen Beatrix are good. It's good. And then, Venoxia and, like, Shoggoth, and Beatrix, they're all really good together. And they're all, if you got Venoxia, then you got the hardest thing to get out of all those three. DC said, glad to be with you, Sinnycool, and all you sensational sinners, choir members, and lurkers alike. Remember, sinners, don't let choir members get lost in petapaloozas during gaps. Save Sheriff Brown, yeah. Yeah, I love Venoxia. That's one of my favorites. Underrated. Because people are expecting it to loop or something when they use it. And, you know, if you don't go into using Venoxia expecting it to loop, then you'll like it so much better. And then it has potential to loop. And if you do it right, if you have like a green storm going, you're putting green up there with the Queen Beatrix too, like you're giving it the best chance instead of just using Venoxia by itself with nothing else and praying that it loops. Like that's when people don't like it because they don't use it right. You know, have a green storm going and have Queen Beatrix throwing green up there, and then Venoxia is way better. And the coolest thing about Venoxia is just how hard it hits with true damage. Like, it hits super hard. I like it. As for what it is, like, it hits hard. I'm not saying it hits harder than, like, Tesla or something, or Stellarix, but it hits hard for what it is, you know? Yeah, I like Venoxia. What weapon to use until Rage Reaver? You got the wand. The wand would be great. Flammifer's okay with Rage Reaver. Try to use a weapon with multiple colors, because I used to advise, like, Mountain Crusher, or Essence of Evil, or Reflection of Good, and that's what you could do if there's nothing else, like, that's fine, but I tried that with my new account, and that's the cool thing about my new account, too, is, like, I can try some of the advice I'm giving, and then, like, be like, it's not as good as I thought it was, you know? And, if you're just using, like, Mountain Crusher with triple ferocity, then you only have 2 colors, and it's, like, super hard sometimes to find brown or red, and then you're just kind of sitting there. But if you have, like, Obsidian Librum, or Osha's Tome, or something that uses at least 2 colors that explodes the board, or anything that explodes the board that uses 2 colors at least. That way you have at least half the colors instead of only having 2. But the best things to use are Rage Reaver, Glowing Core. You know, you can look up Taurus weapons or Wild Plains weapons or whatever. Like, whatever typing or kingdom it is. Maybe not Wild Plains, but Taurus. Flammifer throws red up on the board, and it's yellow and brown, so that one's okay. Just anything. Osha's Tome, Obsidian Librum, Flail of Guard maybe, but that's yellow and red, so that probably wouldn't be as good. Just any explodey weapon that's not red. Osha's Tome, Jar of Eyes. Just to give yourself more colors. Because if we don't have Rage Reaver, then we don't have the best weapon for Ferocity. So we're already making concessions. So you might as well do Osha's Tome or Obsidian Librum or, you know. Glowing Core is good because it's yellow and, I think yellow and brown or yellow and green. And it's a construct weapon, and all the Guardians are constructs. And then, like, Wand of Star. If you have Wand of Stars, for sure, that's good on every team all the time. Trying to think of more weapons that are multiple colors instead of just suggesting, like, Mountain Crusher or Essence of Evil, or... I think I said most of them. Prismatic Orb? That's okay. I'm not a big fan. Venoxia class. I usually use Archer with it because it puts green up there, and then you have a green storm going. Yeah, you gotta craft the wand in the Soul Forge. You get the lovers, you can get it right now. Like, you can get the wand right now. All you gotta do is get a bunch of vault keys right now. Then when the vault event's over, you open them, and you'll get tarot cards, and you'll hopefully get the lovers. It's not a guarantee, but that's how you get it. Like, the way that you get the Wand of Stars is happening literally right now. So if we don't have the Wand of Stars, we should be playing the vault event as hard as possible. It's with a lot of things. If you don't have Stellarix, if you don't have Zul'Goth, if you don't have Wand of Stars, then you should be playing the vault event as hard as possible, because it's the best way to get those things. especially the Wand of Stars, because you have to get tarot cards, and the only place you can get those is by opening vault keys. And the Wand of Stars is one of the best weapons in the game. Like, some of the best things in the game come through... Like, you get everything in the game from the vault event, but some of the best things in the game come from the vault event, too. Like, the lovers you can only get... The only way you're getting the lovers is by opening vault keys. The only way you're getting enough vault keys to find the lovers is by doing the vault event. The only way you're going to get enough vault keys to open enough of them to get the lovers to get the wand is by doing it right and doing it properly and not stopping and doing other stuff and not using weird teams and weird Explorer 27 or something. So if we do everything the exact, if you want the wand, just take my advice and you'll get the wand. You have a better chance of getting the wand at least. If you do any deviation, then you're giving yourself a slightly less of a chance of getting it. If you make any concessions or do any deviations from the plan, then you're just making it harder on yourself. I'm the same way, though. I get you. I'm a self-saboteur, too. If you're doing pet rescues during the vault event, or if you're doing Explorer 27, I'm a self-saboteur, too. Welcome to the club. But getting Zul'Goth, opening vault keys, getting Chaos Orbs, getting orbs to make power orbs, that's how you get Zul'Goth. It's one of the best ways to get it. By doing a vault event. Getting Stellarix. Because you're doing vault key, you're doing Explorer 1 over and over and over as quick as you can. So that gives you more chances at seeing Dragonite Gnomes. And then you're getting verses doing gaps, and then that gives you more chances of seeing Dragonite Gnomes. Right? And then you're getting at least some amount of Dragonite during the vault event. And you're going to do your dungeon every day and hope for perfects and stuff like that. So that leads to at least getting Stellarix quicker. It might not be the only way to get it, but it leads to getting it faster. Same with Zul'Goth. It might not be the only way. The only way to get the ruby weapon or the wand though is to do the vault event. But with Zul'Goth and Stellarix, it just speeds the process up. It's one of the ways to help get it faster, is doing the vault event. Yeah, Wand of Stars is like the best weapon in the game, pretty much. You got Ruby weapon, you got Wand of Stars, and then everything else. You'd rather use Reflection of Good than Prismatic Orb? Reflection of Good is good because you can cast it on like Ferocity and like give it an enchant and stuff, and like with Essence of Evil you're just tying up the enemy and blowing up some gems, and at least Reflection of Good gives enchant, so you can get something up even if you don't have any purple or red. If you cast it one time, you're going to get a Ferocity up at least, but I'd prefer we use like a weapon that uses multiple colors, because I've tried it with a single color weapon and I didn't like it. But what's a multiple color weapon that's an explodey weapon that you can get easily? I don't know. There's one available almost like in the Soul Forge right now. There's probably one sitting there, right? It's the Engineer's, it's the weapon I was just using, the Engineer's Drill or whatever it's called. There's one in there. I would just use that. Save Sheriff Brown. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm just ranting and making people mad. So, have a good one. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. Helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. I know I gotta go vote, Mark. Vote for Sheriff Brown, baby. A vote for Sheriff Brown is not a vote for Donald Trump. Sheriff Brown wants men and ladies' restrooms. Alright. Thanks for being here today and joining me and choosing to be here. You're awesome. Mark, Roxy, Vu, DC United, Crow. Mark and Vu and DC. And Vu and Crow. And Mark and DC. And Crow. And Vu. And Mark. And Roxy. And Roxy, and DC, and Roxy, and Crow, and Cookie Man 420, Cookie Man 420, Cookie Man 420, DC, Roxy, Crow, Mark Nugent, Crow, and DC, and Roxy. The more you chat, the more I say your name. We got Roxy, we got Mark, we got Crow, we got DC, we got Mark, we got DC, we got Mark, we got Crow, we got DC with the 5. DC. Howdy at Sinnycool and all you Sinners Choir members and lurkers too. Glad to be with you. Did I really miss the Boogernomics 101 rant? Slap chop that like button. Yeah. See, that's the funny part. I could be saying something that you don't like, but then I'll make it funny. So just don't take it to heart and don't take it personally. And then it might be funny. If you... Yoke the Ham was here. We got Crow. We got Anita. Odd One Out was here today. Frank Amison was here and here early. We got Chad. Chad was here. Anita, Odd One. We got the early crew here. Anita with the gifted, and Anita was the first one to ever complete a goal. We put the... It's only been up... We've only had it for like 3 days. But Anita will be in the history books of the channel for completing the first ever goal on a live stream. The first 1 out of 1. We're gonna have there's harder ones that we can complete if somebody else wants to be put in the history books. We just did the easiest one we could do pretty much because we've never done it before. And Anita got it done. She's going down in the history books. We got Boo, we got Mark, we got Roxy, we got Jets. We got Mark, we got Jets, we got Roxy. Alright, that's as far as back as I can go. I remember Frank was here early, Mark was here early. And those are the 2 names I remember being here first. Alright, y'all. Have a good one. Take care, Chad. Thank you, Mark. Be well, DC. Bye, Roxy. DC says, Sinnycool, man of the people, by the people, and most importantly, for the people. Alright, y'all. Go vote for Sheriff Brown, and I'll see ya tomorrow for Marvel Puzzle Quest. I know you're like, dude, it's the Vault event. Why are you playing Marvel Puzzle Quest? Well, you know, we said we would, and I'm going to, so... I don't know. We're going to play it tomorrow, and then one more time, and then we're done with it. So, just hang in there. And then after that, it's like... I think I'm going to give P99 another day. And then I might play Dark Souls. I don't know. If you guys can come up with another Gems of War game you'd like to see, then let me know. I haven't decided for sure. We're playing Marvel Puzzle Quest right now. We're playing it for like 2 more weeks. That's decided for sure. I'm leaning towards playing EverQuest P99 and giving them an extra day. I'm like 99% sure I'm going to do that. Unless somebody really, really convinces me otherwise. But after that, I have no idea. The only idea I have is to go back and play like Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, Sekiro. Because I used to do that. And, you know, maybe there's some subscribers out there that like, what the heck? I thought he was playing From Software games. And just like once a week. I'm not saying we're going to play it every day or something, but... Like, I'm really good at Dark Souls, and some of y'all don't even know it. But, anyway. Because of Elden Ring, where I was... But I'm really good at Dark Souls. Elden Ring, I was just like... I still beat it, and I beat it blind, but... Sometimes it was taking me forever to beat certain bosses. But yeah, let me know if you have any ideas. I would love to play games that the Gems of War, the Puzzle Quest 3, the Marvel Puzzle Quest people would be interested in and consider playing and watching and stuff like that. Is what I really want to play and try. But, because I want to increase, I want to double up, I want to get more subscribers, I want to get more views, I want to, you know. So, I'm hoping there's a game out there like Gems of War that's similar, that, you know, there's a whole nother community, and then we can mix the communities together. We can have a baby, you know? We can F. They got together and they, you know? Like whatever movie that's from. I want to take the Gems of War community and then this other mysterious community that's similar, that's just as big, right? And I want to take the Gems of War people and those people, and I want to have them do that. And then they both play both. Now Gems of War people are playing this other game, and other people in the other game are playing Gems of War, and they play both games, and then they both watch. And then we double up. That'd be sweet. So let me know if you have any of those kind of games in mind. That's why I've been trying Puzzle Quest 3 and Marvel Puzzle Quest, because those are the 2 that I thought maybe, but they're not compatible. It's like a circle into a square hole, and they're just like not hitting. So anyway, they can't get it in. They can't make it happen. I don't know what's going on. They need to go get some Blue Chew or something. Marvel Puzzle Quest needs to go get some Blue Chew or something, because it's just not happening. Gems of War is like, no way, Jose. You just ain't floating my boat. So, anyway, I'll see you guys. Have a good rest of your day. Get some vault keys. I'll see you tomorrow morning if you want to watch Marvel Puzzle Quest. I'd appreciate it. Just come hang out or something. Even if you don't like the game, if you don't want me to play, come hang out. Let's go. Peace. The visuals. The Booger Collection. Crotch Rocket and... and yeah, and then they